Right, you guys, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Mikez, okay? Make sure. If you don't subscribe to Mikez, you're gonna have a fat forehead and a big hairline.
Bro, I'm with the guy Max inside. Subscribe to him. Make sure you do still. Best content coming out. You know how it is.
Hello and welcome back to another video, people. Welcome back to another stream. Fucking hell. What? Why are you laughing, bro? Why are you laughing?
There's no intro.
There's no intro? Well, I was playing an intro.
I didn't see an intro, bro.
Oh, I played the intro. I don't know whether it worked on here, but I played the intro.
Nice.
That's why I was... Fair enough. Fair enough. I did play it.
Yeah, listen, I'll go to the thing. You didn't play it. Nothing popped up on for me.
I definitely played it, but fair enough. It might just have been glitched then. It might have been glitched. But we are live anyway. We are live regardless. Make sure you're smashing the likes as you're here, people. And subscribing if you are new. And yeah, it's been a weird day in itself. But we have a lot to talk about. We had to bring back this show. We had to. Prime, how you been, man? How you been? We've got a lot to talk about.
I'm good, bro. I'm good. You know, life's good. Chelsea in another final because that's just what we do. We've sold a player to Arsenal because that's just what we do. And you know, certain man got charged because that's just what he did. Are you going to play that clip before we talk about it, or?
Shit, bro, you put me on the spot. You put me on the spot.
Thomas Partey.
Bro, that should have been your intro. That should have been intro, bro.
Bro, do the clips not work for you right now? Because I just played the party clip. Like, StreamYard fucked because I just played it.
Did we? What we started like?
What?
Oh, so it works on the on actual stream. It's just not working on here, but like I was just watching.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I just played it. Yeah, I just played it. Like, oh, Melon said it played. Yeah, because it's basically so when I play a clip, it mutes the mics. It's not muting anyone.
I know, but the video should still pop up for it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. We'll just stick not to playing it this time, like so much, just so it doesn't go weird. But big up to Melon as well. Big up to Melon in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to Melon as well. So, newest Chelsea fan, that's making a YouTube channel. He's been here a while, but he's finally got a channel. Get him to 100 subs, so we can get him to 1K, bruv. But yeah, bruv, we are the only people on this YouTube thing that have been talking about this situation for as long as we've been doing the show itself. Like we've made a lot of comments towards it because we knew what was going to happen. We knew what was going to happen. And it's only fitting that we had to talk about it. The footballer in his 30s has been identified as Mr. Number 5 himself. I think we knew this already. But, Prime, bruv, when you saw that article, bruv, I don't think you was exactly surprised, was you?
No, I was shocked, bro. I was shocked. I was. They said an unidentified footballer in his 30s. I was curious who it was, bro. I was so surprised who it was. Like, which footballer could it be in his 30s that plays for a London club? Who could it be? It can't be Chelsea. We don't have any footballer that plays in midfield over 30. It can't be Spurs. It can't be West Ham. I mean, to be fair, I don't know how old Suchek is because he might be 45. But it can't be West Ham. Surely can't be West Ham. Brentford, are they really in London? Brighton don't count as London. Fulham don't have a footballer over 30. Watford's in the Championship. So it's got to be Arsenal. I mean, and it makes sense that he got the stuff came out in like November, and then the next summer they spent 105 million on Declan Rice.
Yeah.
People don't notice that pattern. Rivals keep asking, why is Rice worth 105 mil? Because when you add in, he's a captain, comes from West Ham. Sullivan's, Mike says a lot of bad stuff about Sullivan. He's not going to sell for cheap. Plus, Arsenal need to spend big money on a DM to replace a DM that potentially is going to go to prison. It makes sense why they're going to spend 105 million on Declan Rice. Now, what's funny is they've also spent over 100 million on midfielders after they signed Declan Rice. But that's another thing. This is not about Rice Lander. This is about Partey and the truth. Before we get into the jokes, I'm going to say that the unfortunate women that he's done this stuff to, you can never take away the experience that they've been through. And it's disgraceful that the backlash from Arsenal fans that they were getting at the time when this stuff was coming out. But I hope, not even I hope, they will be able to seek justice with taking him to court, and it won't erase what's happened, but hopefully it could help them be able to move on from everything that's happened. But that aside, there was a video over a year ago. Does anyone remember AFTV? Robbie and them, man, they went to Ghana. And they apparently interviewed Partey's lawyer. I went looking for the video. It got deleted. And I wasn't the only one who noticed it.
Yeah.
Football Twitter noticed that it's deleted.
Yeah. Like, people notice. It's like AFTV knew. Let's be real. Like, it's so funny. But big up to Jez in the comments, because I saw it off Jez, funny enough. I saw it off Jez's tweet. So, big up Jez as well. But I didn't realize that they interviewed Partey's lawyer. I know they went to, it was Ghana, right? They went to Ghana. But I didn't know they interviewed Partey's lawyer. To interview Partey's lawyer is a severe lack of self-awareness, first of all. Severe lack of self-awareness for a channel that only really cares about branding and cares about reputation. There's a lot of that. I just didn't understand. And for those that don't know, this is the thing we are referencing. This is mental looking back at this, someone put. And it's a quote of, he's coming back stronger. Partey's lawyer and Stoneboy. Obviously, Stoneboy is the Ghanaian artist, I'm pretty sure. He's been at West Ham Stadium before for because of Kudus and stuff. He obviously got interviewed as well with Partey's lawyer at AFTV. And speaking of he's coming back stronger and stuff as well, I don't want to move on from AFTV just yet. But at the same time, I have to reference this because it's in relation. People might remember, I think it was the 21-22 season, that was before. I think it might have been even 23-24 season or something. Like it was a season where it was like right at the start of the second half of the season where, what's it called? Arteta said Partey's coming back stronger. Or not Partey's coming back stronger. Partey's been through a lot, sorry. They knew what they was doing from the time number 5 was coming back from injury. Yeah, he's a Ghanaian. Okay, fair enough. Because legitimately, even AFTV, they probably knew that something was happening. You got to understand, AFTV are big enough where they get into press conferences and stuff, so they're big enough to know like some form of source from the club. So they probably knew this information just before. I'm not necessarily saying any individual knew, like Robbie or anything, but I'm saying the individual at AFTV probably knew that this was going to happen before it actually happened itself. Which is, I can't say alarming in itself in that situation, but at the same time, if you know, you're going to be somewhat compromised regardless because you know of the club or somewhat. But Arteta even knew. I don't even believe the notion that some of the players didn't know. Let's be real here. Especially the players that were there when he was first accused. They know. They know. Let's not take the piss. Like, they're literally his teammates. They spend time with him week in, week out. They know. Most of the people in the club probably knew. And the thing is, it only just occurred to people the other day when this whole thing came out that clubs don't care about morals and shit. And I don't know why it surprised people, because they never have. They never have. So I didn't get that in itself. But this is bad. This is bad when it comes to the club, when it comes to AFTV, the people that knew. All of this is bad. All of this is bad. But is anybody surprised? Me and Prime aren't. Me and Prime aren't. We've been talking about this for months since we started this show. We've been making this reference for a very long time, and even that, to proof that it was deleted, by the way. As you search up AFTV Partey lawyer, it comes up with Party Hard, even though they deleted this as well, by the way, and the Sky Sports report of what he was charged with. Everyone knew, but Prob stayed quiet about it for personal or legal reasons. Yeah, probably. To an extent, I don't blame certain people for keeping quiet legally for legal reasons, but let's not act like when for example, like people like us, for example, when we saw the girl put out the proof at the time, because people seem to forget there was actual proof, like genuine proof, screen recordings, let alone screenshots. There was even snaps of them going out on holiday. People remember of the time they spent together. Was it in Spain? It was in Spain, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there were snaps of that, and a lot of people dismiss that because for the sake of dismissing it, rather than this is the actual time where we've actually seen someone accused of this situation where there was actual proof. And this is the time you dismiss what the person is saying when they bring the proof. Because the internet is the internet is a contrarian world where what should actually be said, the opposite will be said instead. That's the internet. That's the internet. When someone is actually being falsely accused, that person would usually get thrown under the bus. When someone has actually got proof, that person is usually getting thrown under the bus. This woman had to suffer for this long.
Multiple.
Yeah.
It's not just his, because the one who came out, or at least the one who got the most popularity is not the right word, but the one that blew up the most about it was his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend. But there's multiple. Bro, it's disgusting. That like the people who defended him about it, the Arsenal fans who defended him, especially the big accounts that we know, we see the way Arsenal continued, because people are trying to make the case of, oh, but you couldn't have banned him or suspended him. Listen, Enzo, you remember the stuff he did last year? He got suspended from Chelsea for training, because that happened after the Copa America, and there was a bit of like a break, and then we were going into preseason like a few weeks after. He got suspended from Chelsea from training until we could like kind of sort everything out. Obviously, the Premier League, the FA had their own review, but we did our own in-house, and we were able to sort it out amongst ourselves. I don't know what happened behind closed doors. Maybe some of the black players punched them up or whatever, but we were able to just deal with it. And it wasn't like, because Chelsea have a history of, our club have a history of racism. We didn't deal with the John Terry situation correctly, for example. So the way we dealt with it, the Enzo stuff, as the best way as we could. People saying you couldn't have suspended party. You can.
You can.
If you work for a big company, especially one with a big image, and you are accused of doing something, even if you haven't done it, they will suspend you pending an investigation, or until at least maybe the heat dies down or something eventually happens from it. So the fact that he kept playing, he kept being put up as like the face of the club, kept getting promoted, kept getting pushed by the fans, by the club. bro, it's disgusting. And another thing I'm angry about is like you were seeing today on socials, Arsenal fans saying I don't want Madueke, which fair enough, cool.
Mm-hmm.
One, I don't like how animated people are being about not wanting Madueke when you guys defended Havertz when you got on from us. But that's a different conversation to have. What I don't like is I'm seeing people DMing Madueke abuse,
I've seen that,
creating hashtags, no Madueke to Arsenal. But
Yeah,
yeah,
those
when
are
it was
Madueke,
party, no one said anything. You guys defended it. But now when it comes out that it's been confirmed of what he did, now you want to, there's certain big accounts I can name saying that what he did was vile. But when it came out back then about what he did, you guys didn't say anything. You guys kept backing him, saying, my midfielder. No, it's disgusting. It's absolutely despicable, absolutely disgusting what's been going on. And unfortunately, what rivals are going to do with this, like, I don't think it's right to like point score and stuff with like big issues like this. But rival fans still point score with Chelsea when it comes to racism and the John Terry stuff, and now with the Enzo situation and what our club is known for with racism in general. Rival fans are going to use this against you now, Arsenal. This whole image of Arsenal being classy is dead. What you guys did,
fucking hate that.
what you did to Ozil, what Arteta did to Aubameyang for being late to training because he was seeing his sick mother, and especially now with what's happening with Partey, you're no longer classy. That's dead.
And also the energy from not just the Özil thing, but a comparison of how they treat Özil to Zinchenko is alarming as well, due to what hurt your pockets as well. Like the Ozil thing got dismissed very easily just because of how lazy he was on the pitch. So they didn't take what he was saying off the pitch serious, which is disgraceful in itself. Which is why I have to make clear, when we're criticizing Arsenal for this, it's very different from how we criticize Arsenal as a football club. We're criticizing them about how they are off the pitch and their antics because it's for completely different reasons. It's not because we don't like Arsenal or anything. If this was West Ham United, we would be talking about the exact same thing. If this was Chelsea, we'd be talking about the exact same thing, because we actually have the self-awareness to not put a tribalism with real-life situations on our hands. Because especially when this club, for example, presents themselves as very classy, for example, even though they've shown nothing but do that, just because you cater towards every single community as much as possible, like kind of sort of thing where you try to make out like you do. That doesn't make you classy. It just makes you like a footballing version of like the BBC, for example, where the BBC do the exact same thing where they try to act like they cater to every sort of group of people, but when their pockets get hurt, you know what side they're on. Same with Arsenal. Arsenal's the exact same thing, and I'm just making an example as two big companies because this is how big companies think. In any form of industry, it's when their pockets are being hurt, as Blank said earlier in a chat. They only care if it's about losing money. And big up Taz, big up Jez, big up Blank, everyone in the chat. This situation is like we all could have predicted this was going to happen, but also like it's the way they dealt with it. So like we've seen the old tweets of the Arsenal fans chanting about Thomas Partey of like he shags who he wants and stuff like that as well. We've seen every time, like the only people that I haven't really forgotten about is match-going fans in terms of not just Arsenal fans, but opposite fans, like opposition fans that go against Arsenal. Whereas like in every stadium, Partey was still booed. Every stadium, because nobody forgets. Football fans don't forget, especially when you're going to the game. You're just not going to forget. You remember, oh, they're on the ball. You just pay attention more to who's on the ball when you're in the stadium because you're actually watching it live. So people pay attention and remember what kind of situations they've gone through. It's like, this is a way less situation, by the way, but when Kurt Zuma did what he did and kicked the cap, bro, if he was booed in every stadium because people are going to forget. They're just not going to forget what you did and go on the pitch and stuff. It's like Joe Barton was booed every time he was on the pitch when he played football as well. Like like the only people that don't forget are really match-going fans, because if you're chronically online all the time, you don't really care about this kind of stuff. You only care about your life on the online world, so you kind of forget about this stuff very easily. And because you see so many of these famous people and people with big platforms try and go, get into scandals or whatever, and then they move on, you're used to that. But with football, it's a bit different because That Partey's not going to open up a YouTube channel and make a fucking response video, is he? Like, it's not how it works. It's different. You're in the public eye all the time, but everything's an image. You can't speak out. You can't speak out. You can't just like make a social media video tomorrow responding to the allegations and stuff like that and try and profit off it. That's not how it works. Football's never been like that. It's just with the social media world, we have access to what we have access to. And the thing is with this party situation is like nobody's blaming the Arsenal fans that are just normal Arsenal fans. Just the normal Arsenal fans we talk to on a day-to-day basis. Whether like this isn't that like, haha, Arsenal, your fan base is shit and all this. Like we're not doing all of that. We're criticizing the people that brush the situation under the carpet due to the importance, as Jed said earlier about dismissing his dismissing what he's doing because of his importance to the starting lineup and his importance to the squad and doing all of this and stuff. Like we knew, any sane person knew when the allegations came out, knew that Arsenal didn't release Partey for footballing reasons. They knew about it, but like it's not even about like Arsenal not saying anything. It's about how Arsenal dealt with it afterwards, which nobody's talking about. It's them saying, "Well, he's not a player anymore. He's not a player anymore." Like that is disgraceful in itself. You literally were the only time, like the time where he did all of these situations or most of these situations, where he was at your club.
Bro.
He was at your club.
What Arsenal did, you tried to sign him to a new contract.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't willing to sign because he wanted more money to his agent.
Yep.
Jota and his brother, which RIP to both of them, by the way. The way the football community has been able to band together and show their respects to those two has been brilliant. So even though what we're saying right now is giving a lot of shit towards the football community, particularly Arsenal fans, it's also great to see that we do have some sort of morality about us, you know, and we're showing some. Even Everton, Everton fan Seamus Coleman went to pay his respects as well and everything. So I find that great. This happened on Monday, I think. He died Sunday?
I'm not too sure. I think he died on. I think it might have been Wednesday, Thursday, actually, because I was back in the country Tuesday.
Okay.
So I think it was just a day after.
Okay, so yeah. Oh, actually, that would make more sense. So that happened, and then, unless I'm getting the timeline wrong, so they passed, and then like a couple of days later, Arsenal Partey got released from his contract because it was the end of the month, and then they then signed. Which, by the way, he got released, and there was no an announcement or tweet or anything about it.
Yep,
that our player is gone, even though there was one about Jorginho. And then Partey goes, you sign Norgard.
Prime.
And then all the outrage. No, but listen, all the outrage from Arsenal fans, and then from just the football world in general about stuff coming out about Partey. And then the Arsenal PR. You drop Zubamendi has signed. You drop the agreement with Gyökeres. So now no one's talking about Partey anymore. We're not talking about Partey anymore.
Do you know what's even worse, Prem? You know how I know they knew about this weeks before he was released? 2 weeks ago, before I went to Greece, it was on the FPL app that this guy, or the Premier League app, that this guy was officially released by then. It was already noted down that Thomas Partey was officially released. It was already announced.
Then we're still trying to sign him or re-sign him.
Allegedly.
Maybe that was PR. Maybe that trying to sign him was the PR.
Allegedly. Like, that's what I'm saying, Prime. Like, it was like we tried to sign his contract. I think they wanted to brush themselves under the carpet where it was like, we tried to sign his contract, but he wanted more money, so we're going to release him, sort of thing. Definitely for footballing reasons and all that. Oh, he's not a player anymore? Oh, well, it's not our situation to deal with. We'll investigate, meaning we won't do anything, but we'll tell you we're doing something. That's what internal investigation means. Every time you see a criminal thing happen like this and the club puts out internal investigation, they're not doing anything about it. They're just telling you they're doing something about it. Like, when do we ever see a club do an internal investigation and something comes out of it? Like, that's never happened in I've never even seen that on the internet where a company or YouTuber says that and it happens. It's never happened.
Bro, this is absolutely disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't expect, like, we can say people say what they want about like Chelsea and stuff, bro. Especially in the modern day and like in this day and age, for it to just be brushed under the rug like this can't never happen at Chelsea. I would not expect this to happen at West Ham like this. I wouldn't expect it to. We laugh about how bad United are ran. I wouldn't expect this to happen at Man United. It's disgusting.
Yeah, even with the Greenwood situation, look what happened. He got exiled.
Exactly.
They suspended him. Wait, they suspended him. Like, man said you can't suspend someone. Like, with the Greenwood situation is the perfect fucking example. They suspended him instantly when that shit came
they
out.
had evidence.
Yeah, obviously, that situation's sticky. But with this one, it's cut and dry. It's been cut and dry for time. It's been cut and dry for time. And again, we're criticizing because it's not a fucking footballing thing. It's not a footballing thing. It's literally a basic human thing that's been related to football. If West Ham did do something like this, if Chelsea did do something like this, you think we would care that we support these clubs? You think we would care? Like, we would be on the show talking about it the same way because it's not about football.
Bro,
It's not about football.
With Chelsea.
Yeah,
bro,
same.
how you know how with what happened with like Enzo last year? How angry I was with Enzo because I wasn't even his biggest fan anyway. And you know how angry I was what happened with Enzo and seeing my fan base, not just the proper Chelsea ones, but also, how do I word this? Man overseas who've never been to Europe defending what Enzo did, acting as if that was just okay.
Yeah, I know what you mean now.
Seeing Jackson come out and defend it and be like, "Oh, well."
Oh, the two fists together.
Yeah, like no, it was disgusting.
Yeah, seeing certain people, no names, but seeing certain people come out and be like, "What you said wasn't that bad." On camera, by the way, you're going out and saying that on camera that you're saying that it wasn't that bad. Okay, mate. Okay, mate. You showed yourself in the last few days as well, so you do you, man. But like, that's the problem. Is when it becomes tribal or your ignorance shows because we forget, Prime, as well, that we talk about football, yeah, but we're actual normal human beings. Well, I'm not normal, but you know what I mean. I'm a normal human being. I have basic morals. So we can talk about these situations. A lot of these people that we talk about football with week in, week out, whatever, or you see talk about football week in, week out, don't actually know how to talk about these situations properly because we're so used to knowing their football perspective. But when we actually get to know them as a person, is an actual perspective on life, on stuff like this. And a lot of these people aren't even made to talk about stuff like this, but because it's related to football, they go out and talk about it on camera and show themselves. And that's the problem with what we've seen in the footballing world. And like we've seen a lot of unity, but over these past couple of tragic situations that have happened for two different reasons, we've seen people show their colours. And I don't believe in cancel culture. I don't. But I believe in accountability. And that's the problem is when no one gives anyone accountability when you are close with these people that are making the same mistakes. You need to be telling them publicly or privately. I don't care how you tell them. They're making a mistake. Whether you like it or not. And you got to watch who you're talking about these situations with. You have to. Because it reflects on their future actions in the general lives of when you spend time with these people. And that's the truth. And going back to the situation, Arsenal even deleted the party video first, but it took them a while, and then they deleted the other party video. Obviously they deleted the lawyer video, but they deleted the party hard video.
Oh, AFTV, well. Yeah.
AFTV. They deleted the party hard video just after that.
What AFTV have done, what happened with Mo Hader, and not also what happened a few months ago with Saeed, with Julian.
Oh yeah.
Bro, like it's disgusting.
Yeah, even Jez said it lost more respect for AFTV after the Arsenal incident, and I can understand why, because I remember watching Mo's video with rapper Loki at the time, talking about his perspective on the whole situation, and I'm going to be blunt with it because I just don't care. Robbie only cares about his pockets. I'm going to say it. I don't care. Robbie only cares about his pockets, and Robbie seems like a nice guy. He seems like and he's an innovator of the scene. But we have to criticize you where it's due. This is part of it because you change your stance based on who you're around on the internet with, and nobody's going to call it out around you if they make videos with you. Nobody's going to call it out around you if they've got a brand with you, if they've got a show with you or whatever. But it's not about tribalism or anything like that. But it's about whether you agree with the politics of these situations or not. Your situation changes depending on who you spend time with. Because we all saw your opinion on the first place after Mo. Then we saw your opinion after Saeed. It doesn't matter about who you are. It's about the platform. It's about the platform. It's why I never, ever, ever, ever talk about politics on this channel. It's because first of all, don't have a political stance. Second of all, not educated enough. I'm not articulate enough to give my opinion on these situations. But third of all, I will never put myself out there to talk about this kind of stuff. So then, like, for example, it comes up in the next situation where I have to talk about it and I have to keep on brand with the same political stance that I made in the first place. And we've seen this with AFTV before. It goes back, like, when I looked at him sideways for the first time, it was to do with Claude. That situation low-key pissed me off a little bit. Because if you know, Claude did not mean what people thought he meant.
Bro, it was so obvious what Claude meant and what he said. Bro, it was so obvious what Claude was talking about. And also, Claude is an old man. Like, all due respect to him, like he's very old. So Claude Claude's generation, him saying something that sounds bad out of context is different than if for example, if it was like some I don't know, like Troops or Expressions or you or me, someone who's like actually been brought up with knowing stuff like that is, so it was just a way to and it's weird that you try and make this fake example out of Claude, but we know behind the scenes you knew what happened to
man. To doing time.
It's weird. It's so weird.
Like, there could be a whole situation on this where there was a Claude situation, there was the Mo situation. You knew about DT coming out. Who cares? Like, his name doesn't get demonetized on this, so who cares? You know about DT. You did a fan cam against Man City and you took it down after a couple of months, literally maybe a month later. So a couple of weeks later, the whole allegations came out. And him on a government website, you can hold that DT. You're still on a government website, and you got cheek fillers. That situation came out, and then what was next? Was it? I can't remember what controversy was after that. There was something else to do with politics, but every single time is always I'm going to play the safe and neutral card until it doesn't line up anymore.
Have you stopped talking?
You're right? Yeah.
Well, it's I don't know, man. It's just bro, it's just fucked.
Yeah,
it's fucked. And you would think people with that sort of like power and control and stuff would try and actually use their influence for good, because they should be. So, bro, yeah, it's so beyond.
It
But
is. Yeah, it's I know we all like everyone as a person on YouTube and stuff, like in terms of not as a person, but like from what we know of them on camera. But when situations come up like this, we have to be fair and call them out. And this is it's just very important to call it out. It's just very important to call it out, no matter who it is. What are we talking about? Yeah, the party situation leading on to how AFTV have dealt with previous controversies and stuff. So the Mo Hader situation, the DC situation, the Claude situation, etc. That's the context of what you jumped into, Charlie. Big up, Charlie.
Charlie. Bro.
But yeah, like people show the truth. I can't find it, but Arsenal fans did that chant, of course, of he shags who he wants. Classy Arsenal fans, the one that present themselves as very like equality towards women, the LGBT community, the Black Lives Matter community, etc.
The things that Arsenal fans do. This is why I say, bro, Arsenal have the elitists of the PR. The things Arsenal do as a club and as a fan base, if Chelsea did it, we could never get away with it, bro.
Even us.
West
Like,
Ham.
The reason why I say that is because Prime, you know how like every time like Chelsea like obviously the racist thing happens. Every time West Ham get into like a small altercation, it's like Green Street, West Ham thugs. How fucking dare you get into a fight? That hasn't happened since the fucking 80s, bro. Like, give it a rest. Like, we had a couple fights in Millwall back in the day, like even in 2010s and that. We're not thugs. There's nothing to do with us that are thugs. All these men that were thugs are 80 years old now. Allow it.
Bro, but it's like Chelsea couldn't get away with any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Spurs, West Ham,
Yeah.
Man United, none of us could get away with doing this stuff. But Arsenal, because of the PR you have.
Yep.
Bro, people still talk about Roman being this like billionaire criminal oligarch that's friends with Putin. Roman is one of the only people that actually helped the US government during lockdown.
That's true.
Arsenal fired people, bro. Which Ozil paid for the mascot to keep him employed out of his wages, Ozil.
Yep. It's facts. Bro, when he was talking about the whole Muslim China situation in the camps, it was camps, right?
Yes.
I'm not just saying. Yeah, it was camps.
Sure.
He just got brushed under the carpet. It's like we talked about it for, well, not we, but you know what I mean? Like, as a community, as a footballing community, it was talked about for a week. Never really saw the guy again. But when Zinchenko comes out about all Russian athletes should stop doing what they're doing because of the whole situation, it's different.
Ozil got painted as like, oh, it's a toxic squad. They have to get rid of Ozil. Aubameyang comes back late from a flight because he's with a sick mother. Oh, toxic squad. Aubameyang's finished. Sell him. You've not had a better striker since Aubameyang. You've not had a better creator since Ozil.
No, you haven't at all. And you decide to throw them out just because you are compromised in what you think. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? We've been talking about this for time. So nobody can say that we're not keeping the same energy or anything. We're probably the ones that have talked about it the most, to be honest with you. Because I was surprised in the reaction of how many people forgot about these allegations in some of the reactions that I saw on various channels about how many people actually forgot what happened.
Because people just don't want to talk about it at the time. And like, we keep it consistent because look at the way we both talk about our club. Look at the bullshit West Ham do that Mike speaks on. If people who've known me long enough, the energy I was on last year with what happened with Enzo. A lot of my fan base wasn't on this energy. People that I know personally weren't on this energy that I was on, the Enzo stuff. So I'm consistent. We're both consistent with what goes on.
Yeah.
At least we'll be honest. Alfie has been honest about the party stuff for as long as I've known him anyway.
Yeah, facts.
You know, people like Cam Cam. I saw his tweets online calling out Arsenal fans for this, bro. But whatever, it is what it is. Will be brushed under the rug. You have Zubamendi now. You have Gyökeres and whatever. You know, it is what it is. It won't. You guys won't care.
Yeah, man.
And then when Party gets, you know, he gets charged and whatever and goes to prison, Arsenal fans will talk about he's not an Arsenal player. Why you involving us in this? Yada yada yada. I don't know.
Bro, like they don't care now. They got Zubamendi, so he because he didn't do anything. It's come.
Disgusting.
Problem child, bro.
It's disgusting. So
Yeah,
and
politics
the thing,
doesn't.
I'm so curious what would have happened if Arsenal had re-signed Party to a new contract because they wanted to. So, but then again, I don't know if that's PR or that's true. I really don't. So
I don't think it. I don't think it's true because it was like it was pretty much said he was released time ago.
yeah, because I didn't know about what you said about you said on the Premier League website.
Yeah, so basically, Premier League app, Premier League website, Fantasy Premier League, you can see that Partey was listed as like released already. If you look at the transfer section, look at the people that they released already. That was done like 2 weeks ago. So I think that they offered a new contract to then take it back. So think, oh, we thought footballing reasons, and then they get released, and then what? Then what, bro? Then what? Oh, I didn't know about it. Yeah, do you think we're that stupid? Charlie, bro.
Makes sense. And then the whole world freaks out. But we've signed Zubamendi and Gyökeres, guys.
Mm-hmm.
All the money that they put into PR, but you can't win trophies. Is what it is, man. Keep backing this though, Arsenal. Keep backing
man.
this. Keep backing
That
this.
moves us on to, I guess, a less serious situation. That involves your club and Arsenal.
Again,
Non-re.
my little cousins. Listen, I keep
non-re,
telling people, Arsenal are. If anyone is like the son or daughter of like immigrant parents, you guys know it's happened at least once in your life where some of the stuff you've owned, that maybe clothes you've gone out of or toys you don't play with, it gets sent back home for your cousins to have. It happened to me. My PlayStation, I used my PlayStation for years. I loved it. When my friends had a PS3, I actually used my PlayStation 2. My parents sent it back home. I was pissed. The hell? Mom sent it back home. But it doesn't matter because a few months later, in the summer, I'd graduated. I got a PS4. I got GTA and Uncharted 5, and it was cool. I had fun. So that's what's going to happen with Chelsea. West Ham, thank you for selling Kudus to Spurs. Big up, Chess. Thank you for buying Kudus. We're going to take that Madueke money. Go get me a Rodrigo or a Luckman or a Magnon or a Hincamp. Go get me a top quality ceiling razor for the spine. Thank you, Arsenal. Thank you. It doesn't make up for what you did about Party, but thank you. Thank you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, bruv, do you know what I'm seeing now? Yeah, I'm seeing wars. I'm seeing no to Madueke and I'm seeing yes to Madueke. That's what I'm
yes
seeing.
to Madueke is Lee Gunner.
It's Lee Gunner and Lippy. It's Lippy and Lee Gunner.
First of all, them being on the same side is crazy. 2, I saw that Lee Gunner stream he did where they're just like basically pretending to be Arteta inners, him and another Arsenal fan. It was hilarious. But I don't get why you guys don't want Madueke. People can tell me he's not a good player, fine. But you backed Havertz.
Yep.
You've backed a lot of the shit signings Arteta's wasted money on. Madueke is probably the best of the shit players that you've bought over the years. I'll be real. He's better than Havertz. He's better than Moreno. He's better than Kivior and all the money you've wasted on goalkeepers. Yep. So I don't get why you're being so heavy on the slander. You're sending him DMs and abusing him. I don't get that. Just for you guys to praise Madueke in December. You're gonna start praising him once he scores. If you play Man United first game of the season, if Madueke bags a brace, you're gonna be chanting his name. You are. Let's be real.
Yep.
You know what you do. And for people saying spending 55 million for a guy to sit on the bench doesn't make sense. You're right, it doesn't make sense. But spending 60 plus add-ons for a guy to start on your left wing makes sense. He's going to start. Just remember, what was said was you can play on both flanks, left and right. You can back up Saka, but also start on your left wing. Hey, Mike, remember back in February, March? Remember I said we agreed with Kepa and Rashford or Nkunku.
Yep.
I didn't think the forward you'd buy would be Madueke.
Hey, Prem. If I remember correctly, I remember Lee Gunner saying on a rant stream that Arsenal will go back in for Mudryk or Madueke.
Oh yeah.
Like,
see, Mudryk makes sense.
From my love.
That you guys would go in for, but then again, Mudryk's got that drugs ban, so
yeah, that's why
Mudryk came out of what he did. We banned him. He got suspended straight away. But so certain clubs have morals. Some clubs have morals.
Yeah, morals hurt, man. Like that's the thing with Arsenal fans, man. I can't believe Top Gooners don't want Madueke. I can't believe Arsenal fans are rejecting a player for once. Like, that's mad to me because, like, think about the vibes in the dressing room, man. Think about the vibes. What Arsenal care about vibes?
Hey, Saka and Madueke double date with Saka's girl in Ruby Rose. Hey, this whole child of God gimmick Saka does. Hey, we're gonna see an Instagram video, Instagram story of Ruby Rose twerking on Saka, or what's her name? Swati.
The Sweetie, yeah.
Yeah, twerking on Saka. We're gonna see that, bro. I'll be there. Hey, Miles Lewis Skelly. Hey, you want that troublemaker on your Madueke's wing?
Where's the off the leash, bruv? You're 18. You're 18, bro.
Bro, Troops was been going on rants talking about Madueke. You're not from the roads. You're a good child, bro. You're a Clarence. Listen, Madueke's not Clarence. Madueke's just a guy that's just enjoying his money. What?
Madueke is definitely not Clarence. Madueke is that guy who's he's just that friend that's just always excited about everything, bro.
Yeah,
like he's just gassed to be there. Like he can't believe where he is, so he's just gassed all the time. Like he's just one of them friends.
He's enjoying the money. He should enjoy it. And bro, the vibes that Madueke brings, it suits Arsenal. It suits your vibes. It suits what you guys stand as a club buying all these black players. Make Arsenal black again. What is that? Magba?
Maba. Yeah, Maba.
Yeah, make Arsenal back again. Yeah, you guys were at your best when you had all these, the black players, Nonri on the wing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, you have a black 11, but Declan Rice counts as the token. So,
but Oliver Deck. Yeah.
Hey,
do you want Arsenal? Hey,
yeah?
Prem, you know what they're gonna do? Because the second Madueke's heritage. Remember that Jamaican
oh, they're gonna do a Nigerian
kit. They're gonna do a Nigerian training kit. Guarantee.
Don't.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, but they are. It's true as well because it's Arsenal. I'm luckily my nations are too shit for Arsenal to do that. But
you know what, Madueke. But I'm glad though. Listen, he plays for England. He's not Nigerian, so they can't try and latch on to us when we go AFCON. So it's fine. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, but they'll just do the heritage thing. Like I'm pretty sure they've got some Jamaican players already. That they had Smith Rowe. They count Smith Rowe as a Jamaican player, bro. So, they had
Smith
the Jamaican kit then. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Palmer.
Yeah. It's like Calvin Phillips, Ross Barkley. They're all mixed race, but nobody knew.
Did they do the Jamaican kit last summer?
No, it was like 3 seasons ago.
Okay. I thought it was last summer when they had Sterling. But yeah, what does a Nigerian inspired kit work for Carnival?
maybe not for Carnival. Because Carnival is very Caribbean, I think. Even Africans do go there, but it's originally Caribbean, so I don't think it'll work.
Is there
I
like
just think
a
Nigeria with Africa,
Nigerian
maybe.
An Afrobeat festival here?
There's Afro Nation, but I don't know if that's in England.
No, it's like in Portugal or something.
Maybe next Afro Nation, I don't know.
But the way Afro.
Madueke will be at Afro Nation. Remember my prediction in January, Harvey Elliott will be at Wireless. Wireless is this weekend.
Harvey Elliott?
Yeah, I said Harvey Elliott will be at Wireless. Like,
Yeah,
he can do something mad. I just want to see Palmer speak in Nigerian. Palmer's from St. Kitts.
Yeah, man. Well, Palmer
is St. Kitts, right?
Man. Yeah, bro. St. Kitts and Spectrum.
St. Kitts. Oh, that's true. I just can't believe Madueke got moved to Arsenal before. Not in Trent University.
Hey, listen. Madueke got his first choice on UCAS, bro. Arsenal University.
What I'm about to say is a wild allegation, but fuck it, man. I feel like Madueke was one of them guys that was in college that circled back to his old school to pick up one of his old girls. Do you know when there was that one of the older guys that just pulled up to the school to pick up his girl? Shouldn't have been there. Nobody looked at him different.
Nah, Madueke is not one of those guys. He's not.
He gives me that vibe. Two players have always given me that vibe. It's Madueke and Mason Mount. Them two have always given me that vibe. Pull up at the old school.
No. Madueke and Mount, they are players who, with Madueke's fame and money, he uses that to fuck on. I was gonna say
IG Rose.
Yes, that makes more sense because Ruby Rose is not really a rapper, is she? Whereas Mason Mount uses his fame to fuck fans. The amount of Chelsea fans that he was running through, bro. It's not even a joke. He was. Bro, he's a whore, bro.
Oh yeah, Mason Mount's a big whore.
Bro, he got an injury to his, he got a pelvis injury or something while at Chelsea. You know, when he was at his last season, when he was out for so long, it was because he apparently had a pelvis injury.
What the fuck? I know this has happened before though in football. Micah Richards said in a podcast with Gary Lineker and Shearer that he got injured having sex because he fell off the bed and hurt his knee and went back into training and acted like to the physios that he felt something in a game. So he covered it up, sort of thing. Like I didn't get injured during sex, and nobody knew until he did that podcast. It happens. It happens. Here's a prediction. One of the Arsenal players or Man United players, fuck it, well, let's just throw them in there just because they're clowns. One of their players will get injured because they went to a strip club or some club or some shit after they fucked someone. It won't cut. Obviously, it won't be a headline, but everyone will piece it together on the internet and find out how they really got injured. They'll be like, this player got injured when he was seen with this woman. That's when they'll piece it together.
What? So are we trying to predict the next sex-related injury?
No, I'm not trying to. I just know it's gonna happen. That's what I think is gonna happen, bro. I'm just saying, one of my wild predictions will go true, and people won't laugh at me.
To be fair, we're pretty good with predicting stuff. Wait, Madueke is the type of guy who would wine and dine Tiana Trump and a chicken shop in Kenny. Funny enough, Tiana Trump is actually with Nicolas Pepe.
Oh, is that Pepe's woman?
Yeah. Well, I say woman.
Yeah, I was gonna say I say woman.
He's just enjoying. What? Did you say that? Yeah, but he's just enjoying life. Pepe, he's out in, is it Villarreal?
Yeah, Villarreal, yeah.
He's just enjoying life, bro. It is what it is, man.
Yeah, fuck it. Good luck to you, Pepe.
Hey,
Like you did, to be fair, you didn't deserve all that hate from you lot fucking hated Pepe and fucking hated Madueke now.
bro, if Pepe can save Tiana, why can't Madueke save Ruby?
Well, I think Ruby's moved on to Sketch. Not Sketch, the other nerd. Who's the other guy? Neon, bruv. They all look the same because of glasses.
Think
Neon,
Ruby's
bruv.
moved on to Neon?
Yeah, what? She's like she's not actually hooked up with him, but she's playing into the whole I'm with a streamer guy sort of thing, clout chaser, whore. But yeah, she's not. She's moved on from the footballers.
She said her wholeness can get deleted.
Well, most of them say that, and it can't. And it literally can't. When a third of the world population has already seen every bit of you.
Man's at a third of the world. You think it's that low?
Yeah, two-thirds of the world have already seen every bit of you.
Bro,
they've seen every video.
Bro, if you type in the word Trump, the first thing that pops up is not going to be the orange guy that's president. I'll be real. Donald Trump is the least famous.
Yeah, man. No, man. Like,
bro, women that
man,
think that, especially the women that like are not necessarily that big when they do the OF stuff, and they think they can stop and they'll just go away. But like,
yeah,
people pay for a subscription, they get the content. What's to stop them from like leaking it? Because leaks happen.
Honestly, there's no stopping it. Like a lot of these people, a lot of these people run like they hire other people to try and get rid of the leaks, and it doesn't work because there's only so much you can get rid of. It's bro. Once Google is a thing, you're not gonna get rid of anything. I'm afraid. Google and Reddit.
Bro,
a lot of people will talk about fucking Reddit, bro.
People can say like you can delete it and stuff. Yeah, maybe from your account, but like you can once it gets posted, like it can get posted like there's so many sites and stuff, or not even sites.
Yeah,
even just on fucking Twitter. Do you know the amount of stuff that will go viral of a woman got leaked or whatever?
Yep, literally encouraged.
Or you'll find, or people will just be able to find it, bro. That's why it's like, bro, hey guys, be careful about the woman you get with. Always do a CRB check. Always do a
CRB check is so important, bro. So important. How many people get caught out, bruv? How many people get caught out? The streets have seen it already.
Read the scout report, bro. Read it twice. Read it. Don't read not even your scout report. Read the scout report of a different club. Because they may have found something. That's why they didn't sign. Read the scout report of a different club.
It's dangerous out here. It's dark. It's dark out here. Your mate's already seen it. Your mate already know every characteristic, bruv. Inside and out. Off the pitch, on the pitch. They know every characteristic about your woman. Do the check first. Always do the check first. Until someone gets fucking Ruby Rosed, bruv. And she's run through 3 injuries. She's run through 3 industries already, bruv. She's been getting run through since she was underage, unfortunately.
Is that true? Well,
yeah.
To be fair,
Trevor Scott and 21 Savage was clapping when she was underage.
Arsenal have made background checks on Nani Madueke.
Oh, this is the fuck.
This is the what?
This is the fucking he's a bad omen sort of thing where like they get that PR, so they only put out background checks for people that have got bad PR in terms of what their character is.
And Arsenal, we know they love to sign married players. That's why I think Eze will go to Arsenal because he just got married. So
He won't go
Madueke,
Arsenal.
you're gonna have to pop out and say you've got a girlfriend or something, bro. You're gonna have to do something if you want to go to Arsenal.
Prime, I have a different. Like, listen, Mike's relationship theory is back. I'm here to develop the theory. Here's my theory. We've talked about the relationship theory already. You either need someone to, you either need a girlfriend if you don't have one already, if you're doing shit or whatever. You need a wife, or some people just need to be single and do their thing, or some people just need to just run through the IG models as they already do. Here's my thing. Arsenal and Arteta have already tried the married tactic already. I think they know the relationship theory already. So I think they tried the married tactic, and they've realized it actually don't work. You don't win anything. You don't win anything. They need someone who's a free roam player off the pitch, which is why I think they're signing Madueke, because Madueke is a free roamer off the pitch, and I don't think they care about the married girls anymore. They want to develop the theory. They want to go to the other side, and I'll go for players that are not married, because they've done all of this and they've realized it doesn't get you over the line having all your players married. You need balance. You need balance. You need free roamers.
But why not just go from get players who are married or in serious relationships, but they cheat on the side? Get a John Terry or a Rooney or a Giggs.
Those don't those players aren't built like that anymore, bro. Not in the public eye. They're not built like that.
Are you saying that because they?
There's not anyone that's built like Rooney anymore, bro.
I can't speak on. I'll tell you backstage. It's funny.
All right.
No,
there's not anyone that's built like Rooney anymore, bro. Where you could go out and just shag a granny on the side and still keep your relationship. There's no one that's built like that. No, but you know what I mean. He was active like that. He was active like that. That was his side hustle, bro. He was trying to run through the city.
To be fair, Enzo. So I hear you, because Enzo, hey, he got put into an ultimatum, left his woman, couldn't hack the London life, got back with her. Now he's falling. So I get it. No, yeah. Hey, the relationship theory doesn't. Hey, it always passes.
It doesn't fail. It doesn't fail. You see the relationship theory, yeah? Let's add to the theory. What team has always had a certain group of players that just do one thing, that are just married or are just like shagging galore? There's not one team that has had that. There's not one single team that has ever had that. That has won things on a regular basis. That's what Arsenal are trying to do, right? Well, then go and get some shaggers, and then you might get some balance. But shaggers with quality on the pitch.
He's got a woman. He's in a committed relationship. Nordegaard is like 30 or 31, so he's definitely in a committed relationship.
Yep.
Gyökeres, I don't know. He's a gunman, so strikers are a bit. Who knows?
But you know what? West Ham are so shit. They've all got kids. Every single guy in West Ham is either married or they have kids. Guilherme just got married. He's 21. What a fucking miserable life. It works for some. It doesn't work for everyone. That's why the whole team is shit. Because everyone has got kids. Bowen just upgraded and leveled up when he had kids. Every step he's taken by getting kids, and now he's married, he's about to score 20 next season after being married now. He's about to score 20 if he's fully fit, because it's Jared Bowen. This guy will level up no matter how like the happier he gets in a family relationship. It's not built for everyone. You see Luis Guilherme, bruv, you're 21 and you're married. What a fucking miserable life. What a miserable life.
I think you need to pick the right one, because Bowen, he's with a woman that allows him to just focus. Like, he's with Danny Dyer's daughter, right?
Yep.
She grew up in the football game. She knows what it is. So she's like, listen, I got the house. You know, I'll take care of the house. I'll take care of you. I'll look after the kids. You put food on our plate by balling for West Ham. You keep them up and get your bonuses.
Bro, you see, he's got his own KDB, bro. He's got his own KDB, which is off the pitch. Like, that's what he's got.
Yeah, man.
That's what he's got. Someone that's always going to assist you no matter what. She understands. She gets it. She understands, like, she's going to be the one that takes care of the kids, but have her own life as well. because of how busy Bowen is. She understands the assignment. You
And that's
see,
what
everyone
Rashford
else, bruv.
needs.
Everyone else is married as well, bruv. Everyone else is married as well. That's the
But
problem.
that's what Rashford needs, because whenever Rashford's single and he's like going out wanting to do his thing, he's not focused, which affects him on the pitch. But when he's got a woman, it allows him to have a routine. I wake up, go to training, finish training, come home, have a nice cooked meal, repetition.
Yep.
So I get it. Some players can handle, I've got a woman, I've got kids, but I go to training on my way home. I'll step out for maybe a bite to eat, quote unquote, come back home, is what it is. Some people can handle stepping out, getting a McDonald's, but still coming home and eating dinner. Some people can't.
That's true. But also with Rashford, he can't be helped even off the pitch. He makes decisions off the pitch like he does on the pitch. Like, he chose to go back with this Love Island girl as his one to try and get him back to scoring 20 goals or whatever, and like his aspirations of doing well.
Did
for
he ever
Manchester
score 20
United.
with her?
Probably not, because she was there for like a couple months. She wasn't there for that long. That's the problem. Prime, he's going after the wrong ones. Like, if he went for just an honest woman that doesn't even have a name out there like that, and it's very hard to meet people now because you're already an established footballer, doesn't have a childhood sweet or anything like that, unless you got someone in your old phone in your phone book that's someone older you could really like. You had something, and you might be able to get back with her, even though you should never go back. If she understands the assignment and you can rekindle that now that you're both maturing in age, then maybe you have something. But other than that, you don't have anything right now to get you back to that level. You need to find the right woman. Maybe going to Barca is a good idea. Might find a Spanish girl, but then again, knowing him, his mind will move mad in Spain. His mind was going to move mad if he actually does get that Barcelona move. His mind is going to move mad trying to find someone in Spain. He's just going to do exactly what he's been doing around here. Some people can't be helped, Prem.
So because you just said at West Ham they're all married and Bayern Bowen. To be fair, they're all shit. It's got Chelsea, because we know what it is with Arsenal as well. Let's look at some of the teams in the Prem. So at Chelsea, Caicedo's, he's married. But to be fair, I think with Caicedo, the reason why he performs so consistently is because he's got like a billion siblings to look after, all these cousins back home. Plus, he's just had newborns. So like every interception is a bonus, literally. This contract. Literally. That's why, bro. The last few games he got injured and still stayed on the pitch and completed in 90 because he knew I need that bonus, bro. He missed the quarterfinals because of suspension, so he needed to stay on the pitch for the semifinal. So I get that. Enzo's back with his woman, so he's back on form, performing. Colwell hasn't had the taper fade and black spray, so he's now focused on the football. He's not focused on his image.
Yeah.
Reece, he's had the surgery and he's controlling his diet. I don't think it's a relationship thing with Reece. I think his relationship is with food, low key.
Amen.
Yeah. I'm not gonna get cancelled for making a fat joke, but cool. Anyways, Sanchez is just black. He can't be saved. We can't save black goalkeepers. Hey, Mike's agrees, innit? Let me go through the team. Cucurella, married. I don't know if he has kids yet, but married, settled in London. His first year was up and down because at Chelsea. But then again, he got burgled. There's a lot of stuff he was going through on a personal level. But now that he's settled, he's been balling the last 2 years. Even under Poch, he performed well. But people won't really give him his credit because we were shit with Poch. Let's see. What do you think it is with Palmer? Because Palmer has been performing the last few months. Even though he doesn't have the mad goals, but he's still performing. So what do you think happened about Palmer when he went through that dip? I think it's because Cartel got released and Palmer wanted to do Roadman life. But do you think it's because of his woman?
I personally think the lifestyle has outgrown his woman. And the reason why I say that is because not everyone is made for the childhood sweetheart story. Not everyone is made for that. And I get he's been with his woman for a bit and stuff, but now that he's upgraded from just Man City reserve to first teamer at a different club, I think the lifestyle has outgrown her, unfortunately, and I think she has to be moved on. Sometimes you have to rebuild the squad. Like, I think sometimes like you find a new strike partner instead to evolve because you've evolved your own game. I think he needs to go out and do some scouting and find someone new, and then we can discuss if he's world class or not.
But
Because I'm not
Bowen,
having this one season as world class or not.
or not Bowen, Palmer. Well, I hear you. Not everyone's built for their childhood. Wait, is Bowen's misses? Are they childhood sweethearts? No.
No, they've been together for like 4 or 5 years.
So since he joined West Ham, or before?
No, like it was. I think it was like a season after or a season and a half after, something like that.
Okay, fair. Okay, that makes sense then. So she met him through West Ham, essentially. Or
Yeah,
he met
basically.
her through West Ham, basically. Okay, fair.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, so Saka, Palmer, but I don't want him to. I don't think Palmer's the type of guy that is going to survive being in the streets, bro.
Can I be honest? It depends on how he uses his TISM levels. It's very important. Like, when you have the TISM power, you have to use it wisely. It's like Elise has used it wisely. Elise has used his TISM powers very, very wisely. It's like Palmer is of the same ilk as Elise. If you use your TISM powers correctly, it can be very endearing, so you don't have to be in the streets as much. Where there will be people, there will be like targets in your scouting report throwing themselves at you already because of your TISM, if you use it correctly. The nonchalant gimmick, if you will, that is actually just your TISM. If you use that correctly, you'll be fine.
I agree, but with Elise, he has like, yeah, they both have the laid back gimmick, but with Elise, his TISM isn't. It kind of works. Like this weird thing women say, the silent, mysterious type. It kind of works for him. But with Palmer, like, I don't know. I don't think he's built for that sort of, like, Palmer doesn't strike me as the type of guy that likes going out and stuff like that and doing stuff. Because I watch some of the stuff he does, because his sister does social media. So his sister's always. Oh, I thought Mike's sister. His sister's always forcing him to like do TikToks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like the type of guy that's like usually bothered. He doesn't really want to do press conferences. His best friend at Chelsea is basically Tosin, and Tosin's like, Unk, 27, 28, married. Yeah. I think that's
old
sort
man
of like
spirit.
Yeah, I think that's what Palmer like basically wants. I don't think Palmer is the type of guy that wants to, like, we play a game at 8:00, we finish at like what, maybe 10. He's out at the stadium by like 10:30 after the post match and taking a shower, and then he goes out to like Oceana or something, or the Shard. I don't think he wants to do that.
I'll be real. If he's not willing to take that risk, then cool, innit? This is your level. I'll be sorry, because that's the only thing I can think of that will change. And the reason why I say that is because we know we've discovered that the theory works with everyone. Some people it works really well, like Pep Guardiola. Some people it doesn't work that well with Kyle Walker. The theory varies on the person. But with Palmer, he either has to take the risk or this is level. I say if this was a normal player, if this was a normal human being off the pitch, I would say don't go in the streets and go outside. But he has the TISM power. It's like using the Force in Star Wars. It's like use it correctly. Don't use it for evil. Use your powers for good. This is why I always say when criticizing West Ham players, if you're going to be on a spectrum, use your powers for good. I always say this. It's from experience. You have to use it for good because either you get outed. You get outed as the weirdo that you are. Not that kind of weirdo before you start making that joke. But that you have a power inside of you that you need to release.
But Palmer's first season at Chelsea, what do you think that was then?
Breaking onto the scene. Proving to people that I am a first teamer. I'm a first teamer. I'm happy here, and I'm ready to. I'm ready to take on the world with my situation already, with the childhood sweetheart that I already have, and nobody's figured me out because I am new here.
So you think it's a thing of like I can do this, not we can do this. Okay.
Yeah. It's like my career's gone fine before already with the people I'm already with. I'm gonna do it again. It's calm. But he didn't realize that people can figure him out.
So you think if he was single, he would have left City much earlier? I think she kept him comfortable. I'd say, because Sancho left City early. He didn't have a missus. He left early. He had no ties. Okay, I hear it.
Sancho with a woman would be dangerous. And again, he's got the same issue as Rashford.
You think Sancho with a woman would be dangerous?
Yes.
Actually, yeah, because he's always out partying. Yeah, actually, I agree. Yeah.
Look, but he's got the same issue as Rashford. Stay away from chlamydia and just go and get an honest woman, bruv. Like, I don't understand.
I think Madueke with a woman would be dangerous.
Yes, I do as well.
I think so. Joining Arsenal is like, yeah, bro, you're gonna get married within like a year.
Yep.
Joining, yeah. I hear it. Jackson, do you think there's any redeeming him, or do you think a woman would help?
I think Jackson needs a teaching assistant. I don't think he needs a woman. I think he needs professional help. I think he needs a teaching assistant. I think he, you know them people, that have like that autistic child that's like 27, but they need taking care of. They still have a carer. I think Jackson needs one of them. I don't think it's a woman thing.
Okay. The lap, I'm assuming, has got a missus. I'm not sure. I'm gonna assume he does.
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't, though. The reason why I say that is because when you lose your head too easily, you ain't got no one to hold you down.
Or maybe he loses his head because he's not getting any at home.
Yeah, or the woman's just driving him crazy, bruv. If the woman's driving him mad, it's very important to maintain focus. I remember Emil Heskey once said, I think it was on Filthy Fellas, that he got into an argument with like someone else building his house or some shit, and then got a red card in a preseason game on the same day. Like, shit happens, man. Shit happens. I think people like Delap and Pedro, the kind of characters they are, as long as João Pedro doesn't go to the academies anymore to start scouting. But when João Pedro and Delap have got like someone to hold them down, they might be fine. Either that or the woman is driving them fucking crazy.
To be fair, I hear that because again, what we said about Bowen and his missus, Thiago Silva is a perfect example of this relationship theory, and his woman. Yep. They're like, listen, just go and ball. I've got all the bullshit at home. The contractor won't have pissed you off today. It's cool. I got everything. So I hear it, actually.
Yep. Like, it's important. Circumstances are different for every single footballer that we have, that we know already.
I think Garnacho needs a woman.
I think Garnacho is a woman.
Yeah, true. I think he needs just to be someone to just keep him in check, bro.
He's another one where I think, well, he's got a kid, so I'm assuming he's got a missus anyway. But I just don't think the missus that he's got a kid with is right.
Maybe he's not with her.
I think he is, and I think she's probably the wrong one.
Oh, you think he needs to be a deadbeat?
He needs his Kevin De Bruyne at home, like Bowen has.
Yeah.
He needs someone that like she understands the vision of his whole career.
Salah, he's got a woman. He's a man of faith. Again,
Yep.
repetition, routine. I wake up, I pray, I go to training. He's got that routine set. Mane, same thing. Even though his woman he's with is maybe a bit of a case, but
yeah, youth academy.
Yeah, but that to be fair, I think in that country it's kind of legal, so he can.
It's not.
Kind of. It's not.
I've looked it up. Like me and Jay and Ben had discussed this already. It's not. It's the same age as here.
In what, in Saudi?
Oh, Saudi. Okay, I thought you meant Senegal.
Yeah, he lives in Saudi.
He lives in Saudi, but I think he's been with the woman for time.
Yeah, but they got married when she was of age. No.
I don't know, actually. I don't know. I'd like to think so. We got some musty.
Big up Massey.
Mane, when he scored that hat trick, you know, the fast hat trick for Southampton, his girl was 12.
Was he with her then?
I hope not. I hope not, because he was at least 21, 22.
How long did it take him to score that hat trick from the first goal to the third?
I'm not too sure. Let me have a look.
Probably
Sadio Mane.
I think it was 18. I'm not sure. Maybe it's less.
Sadio Mane hat trick time. It took 2 minutes and 56 seconds.
Score a hat trick. Damn.
Yeah. That's very impressive. He scored 3 goals in just under 3 minutes. And to be fair, that Aston Villa side was fucking terrible that he scored against.
Doja Cat is going to perform at our halftime show at the Club World Cup.
Sanchez gutted right now.
Away. Keep Madueke away. Actually, Sanchez no. Madueke performs when there's bad bees in the stadium. His hat trick against Wolves. What's her name was watching? I think Ruby was watching that game. There's a few games Madueke's performed for Chelsea this season that Ruby has been watching. I remember when Sweetie was at our game against Spurs, Sancho balled out. So I think certain guys, they only perform. There's guys like that. They only perform when, the gal are watching. I think Madueke and Sancho are that.
I think so as well. I hate people like that though.
Yeah, I think Jackson does need a woman. I think Jackson needs constant motivation. But he said that he wasn't lying. He wasn't lying. He needs.
I think he's too far gone.
You say that. I'm not saying he'd be world class, but if he had a snow bunny, constant motivation, he wouldn't constantly just do stupid stuff.
Do you know what? I think if he had a snow bunny, he wouldn't be getting red cards. But I just don't think it will help his ability. Like I think if he was like at least shagging a bit more with these snow bunnies, not in England again, Jackson. Why are you finding one in England? You're rich. Like he wouldn't be getting red cards anymore. He wouldn't be elbowing man for no reason. That's what I think. I just don't think he could be saved. Too erratic. He's a special case. He's a unique spectrum kid. And I think he needs more than a woman. I think he needs a teaching assistant. He might be one of the people where it's like David Hay in boxing. David Hay had 2 women at the same time. He might need that.
Jackson. Jackson's Muslim. Yeah. That could work. Is he Muslim? Well, he's not Muslim. He's African. Same thing. He can do it. I think he can get to him. Well, maybe he can't because it's Jackson, but like...
No, but I mean, he needs to be active with these 2 women. Not like... some people need the calmness. They need like the tradition, like Rashford, Sancho. These men need the tradition. So get rid of their abilities, sort of thing, or their deficiencies off the pitch. Jackson needs to run wild in the wind, sort of thing.
So you think Jackson needs to become a Gallus then?
Yes.
That's never gonna.
I don't think he has the facilities for that, but he has money.
Money's not, bro. He was willing to pay Astrid. That's not enough.
Money is enough. Astrid still would have wanted it.
I don't think. Jackson, because I'm curious if it'll work. Nah, actually, I'm not. I can't even say what I'm gonna say. Is it crazy? No, but yeah. Okay, fair point. So, I mean, we said Salah. So Liverpool, Henderson had a woman. Van Dijk's got a woman. He's got family. Alisson's got family.
You know who
McAllister
doesn't?
has a family, I'm pretty sure.
You know who definitely doesn't? That keeps the balance.
Trent.
It's Harvey Elliott.
Yeah, but he's a squad player.
But it keeps the balance. It keeps the balance. You have to have at least one.
Oh, but
You
I
have
thought
to
you
have
meant
at
balance
least
in
one.
terms of a starter.
No, it doesn't matter if it's star or not. It's a squad. It's a squad. It's because it's all about unity. You see, when in the changing room, it doesn't matter about starter. Everyone's important at that point. Everyone's a starter. Everyone's like, bro. Scott Carson's the biggest voice at Man City when he was there.
Yeah, true.
Like,
So,
it doesn't matter about star at that point.
So okay, because you said West Ham are like everyone's married. What do you think it is at Man United?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I think there's too many one-night stand merchants. And I think
Really?
there's too many people that are secretly cheating on their wives.
You think Bruno's cheating?
Maybe not Bruno. I think he's settled. But I think he's too
Maguire's definitely
comfortable.
not cheating. Maguire's settled.
I
He's not
think
cheating.
Bruno and Maguire have wives that are clumsy as them.
You think Bruno and Maguire's wives are cheating?
No, they're probably just as clumsy. Like, just at home. They're just clumsy characters. That's what I think. Me, personally. And that's... I think it's difficult with Manchester United because I think a lot of them are in secret scandals, but they're just covering it up and paying the media.
Maybe they just have too many situationships at Man United. I think that's what it is.
They have too many situations at home where the characters don't connect with each other. You can't have Harry Maguire and Amad Diallo in the same team. They're too different. You can't have Bruno Fernandes and De Ligt and Mazzarari in the same team. They're too different. You can't have Hoyland, Xerxes, and fucking Luke Shaw in the same team. They're too different. These are all different people. Luke Shaw is the kind of guy like that will he's cool with the partner's family, but he's willing to do the cringy TikToks like we've seen before. He's willing to like engage in the cringy banter that the old white people usually like. He's one of them people. Xerxes just seems like the kind of guy that just needs headphones and music and vibes. He just needs like, I don't know, some Dutch music or some shit. I don't know what they listen to in the Netherlands.
Yeah, Xerxes Mandem.
Yeah, but Xerxes is one of the few likable people there. Kobe Mainu, I follow him on Instagram, so I don't know what type of music he listens to. He listens to like chill rap songs. I know what kind of person he is. He just needs he wants a woman now.
I
he
think
wants a wife now.
Is kind of like Palmer. Kobe's not spectrum, but I think he has that like relaxed, nonchalant gimmick. I just want to be at home. I'm not bothered. I think that's what. That's why I say with Palmer, being in a relationship makes sense. But because he's spectrum, it can't work.
That's the thing. If you use the spectrum properly, it can. But like you just got to balance the tism. Like with Kobe Mainu, he doesn't have the tism, but he's so chill that I don't think that shit affects him. I think he would be world class if he had a wife. If he had a wife, he'd be calm.
If he had a wife, his wife would tell him to leave Man United, though.
No, not the right wife. Not the right wife. If you find the right wife,
his wife is saying to stay at Man United.
If he finds the right one, yes.
He's not going to become world class at Man United.
No, you're right. If he finds the right wife, you're right. He would leave Man United and go somewhere else and flourish.
You'd say, listen, I know you love United, your boyhood club, but you're so close. She'd probably tell him that you're better than Vitinha and them, man. You're the guy. She'd build him up. She'd build him up. You're the guy. Go ball out. Look what Palmer did.
What Kobe Mainu, if you're watching this somehow, here's what I need you to do. Go and find someone that you had a connection with back in the day in Manchester.
You think
someone local?
I don't think he's gonna find anyone in Manny. Is he?
No, but he probably had he seems the kind of guy that he had a connection with someone back in the day. No, but it just never worked out because he was too busy. But now that he's in a position where he's a first team player now, they can rekindle something. And then once you get that, she will understand the grind of what you go through on a day-to-day basis, where she can see that going to Manchester United, but being what you're like, it's not enough. You need to be somewhere else. You need to be world-class somewhere else. You need to flourish somewhere else with your abilities. She'll understand the vision. It's all about understanding the vision with these women. That's why Jared Bowen is so good. It's about understanding the vision. And that's what I think Kobe Mainu also needs to achieve in a player. There's too many different characters though. Rasmus Højlund is the kind of girl to move to a girl in the club and spill a drink on her without realizing. Like, he's just accidentally tilted his drink.
Bro, he'd take down her number and write the wrong digits.
Yep. He'd write like one of the digits the wrong way around and think that she's blocked him or something.
So Bruno, do you think he needs to leave his do you think his wife needs to leave him for him to actually be, or do you think he's just too far gone?
I think at his age, he's 31, he's too far gone. You might as well just stick with what you have, because people like you already, you might as well, you're pretty content with where you are. You rejected Saudi for Man United because you're stupid. So you're settled with what you have. You're settled with what you have. It's too far gone for him. I reckon if Luke Shaw had a different woman, he wouldn't be so injured.
You think he gets injured making TikToks?
No, I think he gets injured. Just his wife makes bad food.
No, she doesn't even make food, bro. He gets made. He gets ordered takeaways all the time.
Oh yeah, Pizza Hut every day. GDK every day. KFC every day. Oh my god,
bro! He's just ran he ran a 5K in training, and he gets given like a 24-piece bucket.
Yep. It's like, you want to be treated like you've worked hard today, babe. Should we order a takeaway? A cheeky little takeaway? Fuck off, man. Sort yourself out, Luke.
Odegaard, I think he needs to leave his woman.
Yes. Odegaard is the perfect example.
He plays it way too. Odegaard's probably the type of guy that doesn't even he probably won't even like a woman's picture on Instagram. Probably doesn't even talk to any women. He needs to leave her to unlock that creativity bag. He needs that.
He's one woman away from having some form of range of passing and not just passing down the right hand side all the time. He's just one woman away from finding the left hand side. Like you're from Scandinavia as well, yeah. This is a chance to go back to your hometown and scout.
Oh, you don't think he's really Scandinavian? You don't think he scouted properly? You think that's a problem?
He didn't skate. He's with a Spanish girl when he was at Real Madrid and Sociedad.
So
the characters don't align, bro.
Yes. So being in a relationship is not the problem with Odegaard. It's the woman he's with. Okay, yeah, no, yes. You're right. Because this guy's a wonder kid. Supposed to be a wonder kid. Since he's been with her, I hear it.
A wonder kid from Norway. He's gone to Spain to have a
Spanish
career.
Woman.
Yeah, with a Spanish woman. And he seems like the Justin Bieber, Lucas Bergvall type mold of white guy that's just like smiles way too much, sort of thing. And he just gets pressed by this Spanish woman all the time, bruv. So go to your home country, where get a girl that doesn't really like football like that. She doesn't really know who you are, and she's actually telling the truth when she says she doesn't know who you are instead of just trying to shag you.
Yeah,
she's just get with one of them.
No matter what, they cater to you, love you, babe. Your boots are by the door. I clean them.
Yeah, she wants to see London as well. She wants to visit London. She thinks like London's good.
You said childhood sweetheart. Declan Rice is with his childhood sweetheart.
Yeah.
You think that's why he's the player he is?
Yes, definitely. Declan Rice did everything correctly. He's one of the
Then why did
players
he
where you
join
can say
Arsenal?
Arsenal were the only ones that were willing to pay the money, unfortunately.
So you think it was either stay at West Ham or join Arsenal?
It's not even that. It's not even stay at West Ham. It's go on a free at that point, which he probably didn't want to do, but he doesn't have much choice. But to go on a free and then all the clubs go after you now. He wanted to stay in London anyway. But at the same time, if Man City's coming in for you, you're not rejecting Man City for Arsenal.
To be fair, he really wanted to join Chelsea. But just Chelsea just never wanted to buy him. So
and if he wanted a free, there'll be more clubs coming in for him.
I mean, Declan Rice at Chelsea, leader, I would have loved that. I would have.
The only teams that were interested was Arsenal, Manchester City, and Bayern Munich. And Bayern Munich were never going to get him because he never wanted to go to Germany. This was too.
Yeah, I get it. His woman, she's settled. She's like, she loves the London life. They love the London. So do you think if he leaves her, he's just going to become like a Drinkwater?
Yeah, Declan Rice will be the next Drinkwater if he left this woman. And the thing is, he nearly fucked it up. He nearly fucked it up because I don't know whether people remember. I don't remember what. I don't remember what function this was, but I think this was a holiday, and I think this was in 2022. I think where a bunch of England players went to this function party abroad, and he was chatting to some girl. He nearly fucked it up, Declan. Nearly fucked it up by cheating. Nearly fucked it up. There was rumors in it because he was chatting to some girl at some function in the holiday.
So that's why. Remember last year, people were trying to make fun of her and what she looked like and stuff, and he came out and defended.
They've been doing it for years, yeah. They've been doing it
for
years.
You know what? Fairs, Rice. You're keeping your family together. They don't even have kids, do they?
They do. He has a kid though.
Okay, cool. So he's doing it for the family. I hear it. You know what? Respect, Rice. I hear it.
He had his kid just before he left West Ham.
So you think Rice is like his vice then is black culture?
In what sense?
Jeloff, Oluwadek.
Yeah, because he grew up around, Nketiah was one of his best friends in the Chelsea academy.
Yeah.
And Nketiah brought Joloff, and then he was just addicted ever since. He was the white guy that was loved by black people, sort of thing, when growing up.
I'm surprised he's with a white woman. I'll be real.
I think he's one of them people that doesn't have a type, but he was just open to anyone, sort of thing, and then he found his woman very quick. Because he's one of them. Like I know the people like Declan Rice. He's one of the white people that's like in touch with every culture. Where like he's got a lot of black friends, but he's still like a geezer. He's still a Londoner.
Or do you not think maybe he just doesn't know how to draw black women?
I think he
maybe he was afraid of the racial backlash.
No, I think he would have been down in it. I think he would have been down. I think he would have been one of the few white men that would have been liked by a black woman, to be honest, because of the type of person he is. He's very adaptable in terms of the cultures he taps in with. But I just think he just found someone that aligned with him so much, where she understood the vision that he was going to become something of a footballer, and that's what he did, and he did everything correctly. And I know people are going to judge the way. One thing I've never done is. Cool, I may not find a woman attractive. If you're with her, I don't care. It's none of my business. I'll be so real. I don't really give a shit. And I'm not going to go at you for going for the woman. I'm not going to go at you for being like, oh, why'd you go for her? She's ugly. It don't fucking matter. Like, if me thinking she's not fit does not make a difference. It does not make a fucking difference. It does not make a difference to my life specifically. So whether I think she's fit or not does not make a difference. So do your thing. And that's Declan Rice did everything correctly.
Bro, it's weird because people who hate on Rice and his missus, these guys are just lonely single guys in their basement.
Yep.
But
never experienced life, man. Never experienced life. But that we've broken down that very well. Broken that down very well. And people got to understand now the relationship theory is real. Whether you like it or not. And this is the background checks, but just judging by their character on why they either need to get someone or why they've already achieved what they've achieved and why they are so good in the first place, because this is what they are.
Still got players then that have we've spoken on this before. We agree with Bellingham. He needs to lose that prostitute he's with, basically, to get back to his best.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think happened with Vinny?
I think do you know what? He's Brazilian. So these men are too spoiled with their scouting reports. I think they're too blessed. So I think he ran wild, did too much, and got complacent. And probably had one mad summer last year, secretly. And then he's become loose ever since. I think there's one girl that he had a stand with that probably broke us up because he probably wanted to do something more after the stand. That's what I think happened.
I think since the Ballon d'Or, and he said, I'll do 3 times as much or whatever. And since then, he's been trying to show that he's Brazilian by doing like rainbow flicks and stuff like that. I think you're kind of right. I think he's trying to be Brazilian both on and off the pitch. He's trying to do what Dino and them man were doing, and you're not built like that. You don't have those facilities. Stick to what you're best at. Beat your man 1v1. Maybe he needs a relationship. To be fair, he needs a relationship.
He's again like Garnacho, like Rashford, like whoever. They need a relationship. Do you know why Doku is like? He's not the greatest player, but he's so good coming off the bench because he has a woman. He has a woman. He's not that erratic. He's erratic, but he's not that erratic. He's not like Garnacho. Like he has something. Like if he didn't have a woman, he'd be like we'd be talking to him like the Belgian Garnacho sort of thing. With Vinicius, you think you're like Ronaldinho is different. Ronaldinho went to jail for a fake passport in Paraguay. Like he's just different. Like you're never gonna be Ronaldinho. Neymar shags his sister. You're never gonna be Neymar, and you probably shouldn't do that anyway. But that was Neymar. You're never gonna be like that. You're never gonna be like that. You need someone to hold. You need someone that's gonna look out for you, that understands the vision, like that. That they're going out with a Real Madrid player, but I'm not gonna let that get to me, sort of thing. And they've got to facilitate that for you. And it's not too late. You're still young. Just you got to do it behind closed doors, sort of thing. You got to be doing your scouting reports very scarcely. Good luck, though. Good luck, Vinny. Don't do a Benzema.
This relationship theory, guys. You know what? I think this season, 25-26, we need to keep a close eye on certain players. Because when people talk about why players fell off or why this player has just blossomed into being a top player, we know why. What happened to Kudus? He bowled his first year. What happened to him?
Again, I think he went tape. I think he went Shoreditch nightclub.
You think he's doing too much out?
Yep, and he's going North London as well. So, listen, North London are spots, man. You're finished.
Yeah, he's not even going to Arsenal where he'll get a woman and settle down. Yeah, on Spurs. Yeah,
exactly.
He's going Enfield. Crazy.
Yeah, literally Tottenham, Enfield, Edmonton. Yeah, good luck, man. What, you think you're going to find someone at Seven Sisters Road?
What do you think of João Pedro?
As long as he doesn't go to the academy, it's fine.
He was also underage. He was 7. I mean, it's VAR, but
it's VAR to me. To me, it's VAR.
He just beat it, basic, barely.
Yeah, like it's very close VAR. For me with João Pedro, I said this earlier with him and Delap. They just need someone to hold them up. They just need someone that's gonna be nice and calm. Like same thing as what I can't remember what footballer we were literally just discussing. Like Erdegaard, you know what we said Erdegaard needs.
Yeah.
Like Delap and Pedro need them kind of women.
Chez says I need a player that had to struggle. Chez needs a player that was basically working in the market back home, bro. He needs a Caicedo.
To be fair, I need a Caicedo type upbringing player in my club, man. I need that because I understand with every tackle what you said. He's doing it for his family. I need players like that. I need players like that. But I also need a player that's not going to go tape every weekend.
What do you think Payet was? Let's go back to, players of the last, say, 10 years. What was Payet?
Payet had a woman. Like, what part of the reason why he moved from West Ham was because of his woman to move back home, and I think he was too controlled by his woman. I think Payet used to get pegged. That's what I think. I think Payet, his woman, would dominate him.
Why do you think he balled out?
Sorry?
Why do you think he balled out?
I think he balled out because he balled out, but I think he could have gone to a better team and played at even higher level if he had a better woman.
Yeah. So you think it's kind of like the Palmer situation, where he balled out because he's a baller, not because of his woman, but his woman is holding him back from being a baller.
Yeah, I think the surroundings were somewhat there. It's just the wrong profile of player that he had. It's like Palmer needs the same thing, Payet needs the same thing. Like, don't get me wrong, when we talk about the relationship theory, that people still ball out no matter what their relationship situation is like. But they just need the right woman. That's why we talk about it. You either need the right woman, you need a woman, or no woman. Some people are just better off not distracted and just keeping themselves to themselves. There's not many players that are like that, but some do. Some do.
I heard that. Like that. Hazard, he had a woman, kids, like. That's why he stayed at Chelsea so long. He was just settled. Even though he wanted to go Real Madrid, he was just settled. He could have won a Ballon d'Or if he tried. I think if Hazard was like Yalis, he would have left Chelsea years ago, and he would have gone to Real Madrid and actually won a Ballon d'Or.
And that's the thing. Hazard plays like a Gallist. Hazard plays like a Gallist as well,
which is crazy, but he's not. I think Hazard's like carefree, not laziness, but his carefree attitude stopped him from doing real greatness. But then again, he wouldn't have this family, so it's a trade-off.
Yeah, because if you had told me that Hazard was just a shagger in his days and he only got with a woman in the last couple of years, then I would have believed you. But he just needed that to be free in his other part of things that he enjoyed, like, for example, just playing football and kicking children. Payet was a top player. He only went to West Ham because his previous club finances were quick that he needed money. That's true. It's true. Marseille, he didn't even want to leave Marseille in the first place. But that's also because he was too comfortable with his family. If he had a better woman, instead of leaving West Ham to go to Marseille, he would have left West Ham to go to a better club.
PSG?
He would have gone PSG because of Marseille. Marseille, PSG.
Okay, yeah. But, okay, yeah, true. That makes sense. But, like, what year was Payet? That was it 15, 16?
Yeah, 15, 16 he was at West Ham, left in 2016 January. No, 2017 January, sorry.
2017 January. So
yeah,
summer 2016. Where could he have gone?
Summer 2016, he could have gone Man United.
After that year at West Ham and that Euros tournament he had.
He could have gone to Mourinho's Manchester United.
Yeah, he would have died.
To be fair, Mourinho would have stifled him. Have him tracking left wing back. Yeah. Payet does not want to do that. Payet would have been Alexis Sanchez before Alexis Sanchez.
Speaking of Alexis, he had dogs. I don't know if he was in a relationship, but he had dogs.
He was probably in a relationship with the dog.
Yeah, I mean, he's South American. Some of those, yeah, I get it.
Nun Tavares, another one, he shags his dogs.
Vardy's a guy, played through the football leagues. I'm assuming he was with Rebecca the whole time, right? Childhood
Yeah, I
sweethearts.
think so. I think so.
Hey.
You know,
She kept him focused and disciplined. She gave him a Red Bull as he left in the morning.
I honestly think this is the rare situation where Vardy was the more civil one in the relationship. As we can see by both their actions, because she's a crazy bitch. Andre 3000 voice. Like Vardy was the calm one in the relationship. Funny enough, that's what I think.
You're not wrong.
And I think he was holding her down rather than her holding him down.
So he was holding her down and also keeping Leicester from getting relegated and winning a Prem. Crazy.
Yeah, but the reason why he stuck with her for so long is because she stuck with him for being through the football leagues and playing at Fleetwood before he was playing at Leicester. They're earning like 2 bags a week, like 20 quid a week or whatever it was, both.
Harry Kane. I'm talking about him at Spurs mainly and England, not turning up in big games when it matters. Do you think if he was a different woman, he would have won something at Spurs and won England an international trophy?
I think so, because I think what he did wrong was I think he thought the family situation would propel him to win trophies very quickly. I remember on the Amazon documentary on the Tottenham, this guy was very excited to do a gender reveal, which is the whitest thing you could ever do in the modern day life, is be excited about a gender reveal. No one cares. No one cares about your child. Just go and have fun in a private life. The guy, I think, rushed too quickly to think that the family life was the whole fairy tale situation was going to propel him to be settled and win something very quickly. But I also think it was with the wrong woman. I don't care if she was with you when you was fat and you had the red Mohican in the Arsenal shirt, the O2 shirt. I don't care.
But it makes sense because he's like what he did at Spurs first couple of years, poster boy, captain, the face of England, the heir to Rooney's throne.
Yep.
I get the whole pressure of I need to have this perfect, clean image. I get it. So again, you're right. Pick the wrong woman.
If he had a better woman, he wouldn't have Aguero's accolades, bro.
Where's this woman from?
No clue. Well, England, but probably local to him. He's from like Enfield or some shit. So I'm assuming.
Oh my god.
He's from like east/north. He's one of them from them areas where like crosses over like Wandsworth or some nonsense. Harry Kane. Where's Harry Kane from first? Harry Kane. He was born in Walthamstow. Yeah, I knew it was Walthamstow. Some bullshit. Harry Kane, wife Kate Goodland, was born in. She doesn't have a Wikipedia, obviously, because she doesn't do anything. Born in where, bro? It doesn't say. Birthplace England. Okay, that's not very helpful, is it? Yeah, we don't know. We have no idea. And when you're a London player, it's very important to know which part of London your woman is from.
Yeah, no, you're right. There's no excuses. You're from the area. There's no excuses.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Do you think Lucas Paquetá will leave West Ham as well? He needs to sort out his case first before moving away from West Ham. If he's not guilty, he'll probably stay.
Does Paquetá have a woman?
He does. Yeah, he's settled
before the
family
case.
And kids. Yeah, but way before the case. Yeah, he's been settled. He was settled before he moved West Ham. Yeah, family and kids. Yeah, he's got wife, kids, everything. He's very settled. 2, I think. 2.
Does he have a lot of family, like brothers, sisters, cousins, and all that? Does he have a big family? Because he's Brazilian, so
I have no clue.
Because the betting scandal then might make sense.
Well, allegedly, the original accusation was his family were betting on him in Brazilian games. So, yeah, I think his family is very involved in his life.
It makes sense. A lot of family. He doesn't have enough money to he may be able to, because he doesn't have. No offense, West Ham, he doesn't have the generational wealth yet. He needs a way to get them out of poverty. I get it. Get why
he's getting paid a lot though, and he was at AC Milan and Leon, so he's been paid a lot in his life.
Oh wow, he was at AC. Okay, first. Jorginho had a woman, has been with him for years. That's why he was consistent at Chelsea, even at Arsenal, consistent. No scandals about him.
Yep.
Kai Havertz. I know he got married when he went to Arsenal, but he was with a woman. He was with his girl at Chelsea, and he was still doing nonsense, like cheating and all that stuff.
Some players just can't be helped.
Spectrum baller, like the bad end of the spectrum. Is he a spectrum baller, like the bad end of it?
I think he is. I don't think he uses his spectrum powers for good.
Do you think he knows he has spectrum powers?
No, I don't think he knows what he's capable of. It's like Han Solo's son.
What do you think he's capable of?
I'm not too. It depends how you use your tism. I think it could go one way or the other. You could be not world class, but like a consistent player, or you could be an absolute fucking bozo.
Because people thought he was this like Space Invader Thomas Muller type. I think he is using his spectrum powers the best he can. I just think his spectrum powers, like, he doesn't have Palmer spectrum powers. He just has the target man. Andy Carroll was a baller, to be fair, but like the target man spectrum powers is what he has, basically.
I just think some people's tisms haven't got enough power. In my opinion, like you just don't have power in your tism, and you don't believe in a tism. Like you got to embrace the tism if you have it.
So some people's tisms make you Superman. Other people's tisms make you a shit man. I hear you.
Yep. Facts. It's interesting, isn't it? Interesting. This is what happens when your whole life is out there. We are able to dissect why you are good and why you're not.
Wanyeri, he's not with anyone.
He doesn't need to be in one right now. He doesn't need to be.
I know he doesn't need to be, but like, do you think that's a reason why he'll leave? Because he has a year left on his contract. You think that's a reason why he can leave? Because he's not settled.
Yeah, I think he needs to be settled in an area where he can do his own thing, and at his own club, where like around the local area, maybe he can find someone. I think it's not yet and I think it's we can't judge him right now on what he needs right now, because he needs to play a full season as a starter somewhere before we know what he really needs. It's like Palmer. We didn't know he needed to change woman before he was at Chelsea. That's why I think about Wanyeri. So I know Lewis Skelly's definitely single.
Bro, Skelly's on roads, bro.
Skelly just moves mad. He just moves mad. You could just tell the guy's just not settled even in his head, bro.
But it works for him, though. That's the thing. It actually works.
It doesn't really, though. I think it will catch up to him.
Really?
Bro, I think if he keeps Dusty whining everywhere, this guy's gonna get a couple more red cards. Like,
I mean, he might get a couple of red cards, but I think he's still young enough. He can get away with it for another year or two before he has to he can't use the young Kimmich anymore.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But I think he has the Jackson gene. I think he's
a better player than Jackson. He's a better player than Jackson.
He is, but what I'm saying is, in his character, he has the Jackson Bozo gene in terms of who he is. I think he'd be the next footballer I'd predict a DM and Astrid type person.
I mean, yeah, he would DM her, but he wouldn't be on and lives begging her for motivation.
It depends on the day you catch him.
Plus, Madueke is going to Arsenal. Manieri's so young enough to learn the game. Jackson's too old, bro. Jackson just got off the boat from Senegal like a few years ago. Skelly's still young. You know what? Just turned 18. Madueke will listen. Listen, he'll hang out with Ruby Rose. He'll be fine, man. He'll be fine.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think Ruby Rose wants him anymore. He's got to find a new whore.
Well, yeah, but like once you get a Ruby Rose, you can get the rest of these IG girls. So
you will never be with Ruby Rose because Ruby Rose is always with herself, doing other people. This is someone who's been run through for a very long time.
Yeah, you'll never be with her. You'll experience her.
Yeah, it was never your girl. It's just your turn.
I'm trying to think of players that doesn't fit this theory.
There is no player that doesn't fit this theory, Prime. This is literally like it works for every single person.
Committed, had a woman, kids, Muslim, like religious, bro. Fucking hell.
Like Prime, this theory is not black and white. It literally works with every single scenario that happens within relationships. It's not like it's a case of where it's focused on one bit of the relationship. It focuses on every single element of it. No one else. There's no one that doesn't apply to this.
Haaland's not in a relationship.
Keep it that way.
Not. But also, Haaland's not a Gallus. He's like a robot. Haaland does the Ronaldo thing basically, where he just puts himself in a cryo chamber.
Bro, a girl will flirt with Haaland. He doesn't know what's going on. I understand.
Haaland's a different type of spectrum.
Yeah, but he uses his powers for good. I respect it. His priority is him. I respect. He's probably my favorite spectrum baller. Him and Elise are my favorite in the way they use the spectrum power. It's someone you could take inspiration from in your daily life if you've got autism.
But Elise is a Gallus.
Yeah, he is. But it worked for him. He's a baller because of it.
I'm just trying to think. Bro, it fits everyone.
Literally.
That's scary. Because we said it as a joke, but the more we think about it, bro, it's scary.
I was never joking.
No, I know, but I was like, when you actually think about it, it fits. It's like, what do you think is wrong with Mbappe?
His head shape.
Fucking hell, man. Head shape.
Yeah, his head shape. I think. Also, the women. He's same as David Sullivan. The women are saying mine's bigger.
So do you think he just needs to be honest with himself? You think that's the problem? He's not honest.
Yeah, I think June was last month, and I think he had his opportunity.
Because when he was at PSG in France, he had enough. He basically got the keys at PSG. He had enough control and power to hide everything. At Real Madrid, you can't hide. You get so. I get it. Fairs.
Like I think either he likes those type of teams, or if he does want to scout properly, then he can find someone if he wants to. He's Mbappe, but he needs someone that can make very good decisions because he can't. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
The theory works, man. The
Even
theory
with
just
managers,
works, man.
even with managers, it works.
Right? Because
So
a lot of managers were players.
Arteta has to. So do you think Arteta needs to go through a divorce to unlock that like gene to win a major?
Arteta needs someone. Either he needs to be single, or he needs a wife. Where because I've watched a Amazon documentary, I know what his wife is kind of like. It's like she wants him. She doesn't understand the assignment. She's very happy when she's spending time with him on holiday, but she doesn't understand that he doesn't have time. He's one of the people that is obsessed with football, but you need to understand that. So either he needs to be single, or he needs to just have a woman that can understand. You're only gonna have like a 30-minute highlight with your man sort of thing. So you gotta understand that you gotta be the Kevin De Bruyne in this situation. But I do also think Arteta is not like Nancy, but he is a very much of the red pill Donny of that we was watching yesterday. He reminds me of a bit like him, very controlling.
Arteta, you think he's
Yeah,
you
like
think he's
he's
the
not
Andrew
nonce,
Tate
but
of football?
yeah, less criminal activity, but yes, sort of like very controlling of the woman.
He backed a criminal, so
Then again, yeah, he did. So maybe a little bit of criminal activity, but not too much.
damn.
I've got an answer for everyone. I can't lie. Fucking hell. These managers, man, they need it the most. Just do it the traditional way, though. Don't just go out with someone that's similar to your age.
Bro, we even talked about this with Jose and why he fell off.
Yep. Pep as well, too cool. We've talked about it with everyone.
Yeah, with Tuchel, he had his divorce, turned to
Biggest
drugs.
crush out. Yeah.
And then he ended up with a woman who's like 10, 15 years younger than him.
Yeah. Assert your dominance on the younger one. João Pedro style.
I'm afraid to ask because I know what you're going to say. What do you think is wrong with Lopetegui? Is he spectrum?
I don't think. I think his face is spectrum. I don't know whether he's spectrum, but he's got a spectrum face.
What does that mean?
Like he looks like he's way below the syndrome that's already down sort of thing. I don't think there's a syndrome that's on the same level as him. But I also do think, like in terms of his face, I don't know him as a person. I don't know him as a person. I haven't really like in press conferences. It was very hard to get to know his character. It's like talking to the Holy Ghost. But I think with Lopetegui, if he has a wife, someone needs to be beheaded, either her or him, because whatever you've done, you've created a monster in terms of a tactician, and not in a good way. But I do also think that he had his woman is probably a childhood sweetheart. That was probably the wrong childhood sweetheart, but he was too far gone. So now he's one of them uncles that's like 70 years deep or some shit with the woman. I know them people. I know them family members that were just like they're just with the woman because like at this point I see you a lot anyway. So it's kind of just like I don't even like you. But I'm with you because I'm used to this routine sort of thing. I think he's just used to a routine that he can't get out of. And let's be real, like unless they know Lopetegui has money, he's not finding another woman again.
I'm used to the routine. You got pregnant when you were young. I couldn't say no. You know,
I needed to take care of the kid.
So, do you think relationship theory applies to clubs as well then? Because I think with Man United are the girl that. How do I word this? I think Man United are like post Fergie. I think United are kind of like what the Kardashians are to black men. Have you heard of that theory about the Kardashians?
Yeah, I've seen.
I think that's what Man United are. Every
Man
baller,
United are the
every
Kardashians,
great
yeah.
man. Like, do you remember what they were saying about Ten Hag? It's the same stuff they said about Amram before he joined United.
Yes, you're right.
Pogba, world class player. How amazing Anthony was at the Eredivisie. People were talking about how great Onana was. You know, Bruno, world class numbers. will be better than KDB. All this shit about every single player they sign.
You're right, Prem, but I think they are an anomaly in this analysis because I think the Kardashians was a perfect example, because I think Pogba is Kanye, and the reason why I say that
You don't think he's
is
Lamar Odom? Is that his name?
I know who you're talking about. I don't know his name, but
Basketball player he took drugs and stuff, became a drug addict. I think.
I don't think Pogba's him. I think Pogba's Kanye. You was once really good. You are really good, and we know what you're capable of. But
And Garnacho's
you're just less of a crush up. You know what? As well, like Kanye had his other struggles. Don't get me wrong. Like literally, like he was in the same until he lost his mum, but Kim finished him off. She was like Medusa sort of thing, where it's like addicted to someone that you can't satisfy. He was addicted to Kim Kardashian.
Mom, Kanye still would have been. Yeah, he may have been a bit crazy, but he still would have been fine after losing his mom. Like he could have recovered from that. But Kanye Kim she killed him when
She
he was
finished
down.
him off. Like the Kardashians, like they are Man United because the Kardashians would only get into a relationship for the TV show itself, but then manipulate it into a fact the way it wasn't their fault and somehow finesse the public into thinking that they weren't the problem. That is Manchester United.
United are the Kardashians, keeping up with La Carrington. Chelsea, people say about Chelsea that people always talk about Chelsea that we're like the girl that's always got a sugar daddy, which bears.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I hear that.
West Ham are an Essex girl. Everyone knows what I think about Essex girls, the cretins to the earth. West Ham are the Essex girl. Too much fake.
Every now and then you get a good Essex girl. Payet, Bowen, Rice. And every now and then you get an Essex girl that you think is good, Kudus. So I hear it. Every now and then the Essex girl, she does something great. Conference League, when you played in Europa, that season you had with Payet.
Yeah. Like Payet was the one where it was finally found someone that doesn't wear fake tan. Congratulations. But she has a dad that was a drug addict. She needed to take care of her dad. That's Dimitri Payet. Well, we are Essex girls, unfortunately.
What do you think Arsenal are?
Oh my days! I think Arsenal belong to the streets, but they're trying to let Arsenal and Mia Khalifa.
The reason why I say Arsenal are sorry.
Arsenal and Mia Khalifa. You've been ran through already. Let's not hide your past. We know what you are, and there's still moments of your old self inside of you, and you're trying to hide it. We know what you are already. Stop trying to get rid of your past. We know that you have the gene of bottling it when it matters, and when it matters, you show your true self. Stop trying to hide your past. Everybody in England has seen every part of you.
So you're saying Arsenal, to paraphrase Kendrick, they had a case to hide a case.
Yeah. No, yeah. Basically.
I hear that. I think Arsenal are because if we're the girl that like we've got a sugar daddy, I think you're the rich girl's maybe not best friend, but part of the friend group where people say Chelsea Arsenal's rivalry. We're not. You're always getting our hand-me-downs. I think that's basically what Arsenal are. Like, we give you the handbag that was in season 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
That's what Kepa is. That's what Madueke is. It's still fashionable, to be fair. You know, the public don't really know if it's still in style or not. You know, Kepa, European winner. On the face of it, looks good. Madueke just won a European trophy. On the face of it, looks good. Still young enough to have talent. But when you look at it, you can tell the leather's peeling. It's faded. It's been used out. I think that's what Arsenal are, in my opinion. I think Spurs are
Spurs. Oh, Spurs.
because if West Ham are the Essex girl and Spurs are beefing with Arsenal and West Ham,
I think Spurs are the Spurs are just your typical London girls. I'll be so real. And the reason why I say that is the Essex and London girls, like they both have characteristics of each other, but they're both completely different. Whereas the London girl that think they're actually that higher class than they actually are. You're someone that on the off day, cool. Someone think that they can save you, sort of thing. But in reality, you don't want to be saved.
that's true.
You don't want to be saved.
You've got an OF, so basically Levy always making money, even though you don't spend money like that. You occasionally do something good, because you can occasionally find a London girl that's good, you know. Yeah. Having a Harry Kane, you get to a Champions League final, you win a Europa, you challenge for a title, Bale, Modric, you know. Dark. Every now and then there's a good London girl, but more often than not, your Solanke, your Tell, your Brennan Johnson, your Basuma on balloons.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Actually makes sense.
They're London girls.
Damn.
It applies to everything, bro.
So what are Liverpool and what are City?
Liverpool, they're the good girl, but they're the girl that when the going gets tough, you're the victim. When it comes to tough situations and arguments, you never want to admit you're in the wrong. But but other than that, you're really, really, really good to spend time with. But just in an argument, you really piss me off.
Liverpool are the girl that, like, you know, the girl that falls in love too quickly, and then when the relationship ends, she pretends that like she got loved bombed and he's the toxic one, and then that's what Liverpool are. That's what Liverpool are. City are their new age money. City are their content creators. New age money. Am I wrong? They're new age money.
You're actually spot on.
And I don't mean like this versions of content creators. CE are like the KSI, Sidemen, Logan Paul, them man versions of content creators. Your new age money, you've been doing this for like 10 years or so though. You've had your fair share of scandals or whatever, ups and downs. You bust case. Maybe some say you still have a case 115, but you know, you still do your thing, you still make your money, you still end up coming out on top regardless. You know.
It's the girl that's like finally with like the rich family sort of thing, but like you had like people the word on the street was that you was always a slag, but you actually wasn't when we did the CRB check, but you always had the stigma on you regardless.
What, because someone lied? Because the Arsenal girl lied.
Yeah, the Arsenal girl lied. The Arsenal girl was the one that
the Arsenal and Liverpool girl lied. The Liverpool girl played victim because City always ended up getting the man that she wanted.
Yes. See, Prem, you figured it out. You figured it out.
Hey, you know she's a slag. You know City has an OF.
Meanwhile, she goes to church, bro. There's no OF there.
Good girl, bro. Good girl. She goes from a good family. She goes to church, bro.
Yeah.
She bro. Like she works at a flower shop, you know. She's a good girl,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
But you know, there's a video of City having she had a train run on her in college, but City didn't even go to college. She didn't go uni.
She was doing housework when she was like 13. She wanted to be independent from young. She knew what she was doing.
Every time City finds a good girl, there's lies, and then they get into an argument. Liverpool doctor some AI shit, but you can tell it's AI. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
I hear it.
Is that like? Is there anyone we haven't put in the top 6? We haven't. No, we've addressed top 6 in West Ham.
We've dressed up 6 West Ham. What are Newcastle? Newcastle are. So when I said City are new age money, but like the content creators from like 10 years ago, Logan Paul and them, man. Newcastle are today's content creators. City are. I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but City are like Neon and them, man. You're rich, you've got the money, but like Newcastle can't really spend it to challenge and stuff. Neon's kind of the same. You've got all the money, but you can't really get women like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think we're talking about them as women.
Yeah.
So instead, they can't get a man.
So as women, then,
like for example, if we're saying Man City is the one that was like doing the housekeeping, all of that, she's worked an honest job, all of that, she doesn't have an OF. Newcastle are the ones that used to have an OF, but born again Christian hype, but very young, very like they only had an OF for like they only had an OF for a year, bro. They tried it because they tried jumping on the bandwagon thinking that it was going to make them money as well. But they quit before they even made a video because nobody subscribed. Nobody cared.
No. Newcastle still have the I said OF. They still have the OF, but everyone thinks that they quit. So that's why Newcastle can't spend the money like that. They still have the OF, but like, bro, they're still people think that Newcastle still work in Tesco. So it's gonna look weird if you work in Tesco, but you just end up buying a fucking Rolex. Newcastle can't buy, even though they probably could. They can buy Newcastle can afford a Verts, but you work in Tesco, you can't. It's gonna look weird if you just show up at Verts randomly. You're gonna get PSR. So I think that's what it is. They still have the OF. People don't know, but they have the OF.
I hate you. I hate you. I think you know what it is. The thing is with Newcastle, you have the traits to be a good woman, but it's just like you have a bozo gene inside of you, where it's like one argument turns to shit, and it's just like everything you had is gone because of one thing you said, because you went to the extreme after one argument. One argument is all it took for you to break off into your old self.
One argument, and all of a sudden you're linked to Madueke.
Legit.
What are Real Madrid are old money? They're like I'm part of an old Asian family that runs the world type of money. They're like old.
Robert, do you know that video you showed on the summer series a couple of weeks ago about that girl that broke up with her husband after 11 years? Now she's just trying to get run through. That's what Robert should remind me of. They're just trying to get run through now. No, they had a happy relationship, but now they're just trying to get run through.
What happy relationship with Ancelotti, you mean?
Well, no, just happy relationship with winning, bro. Like
now
they're trying to get run through.
Yeah, okay. I think
Barcelona. What about Barcelona?
PSG, they DOF. We all know they DOF.
Yeah.
However, the past like year or two, they've tried to transition away from OF, but they're not transitioning away like Mia Khalifa. They're doing it in like an actual good way, so people are starting to respect them now, because they tried it before where they had the OF and they were just going through rappers, Mbappe,
Yeah.
Messi, Neymar, Zlatan, and them. They're just blowing through rappers. All of that wasn't working, but now they're like trying to transition away. They've had some revelation and they're trying to just make it work now and just be, trying to get some sort of respect back.
Yep. You've got that spot. I can't like PSG literally move like that on a daily basis. Like the respect you're trying to get back, like you might get back eventually, but we got to have more of a
bigger sample size,
bigger sample size, to really decipher.
Yeah, you had a good year. You you did some charity work and stuff like that. You weren't involved in any scandals and stuff. You had a good year, but we need more. We need more.
Yeah.
What are Barca? Yeah, I'm good, man.
Barca are the ones where they always think that they're better off settling down, but every time they just go on that one night out and they get run through a couple of times on the same night out. And then they're like, you know what? This is my last night out. This is my last one. And they're like, I'm settling down. No, you're not. No, you fucking are. No, you're fucking not. You are not settling down. You are back to your old ways. We know what you are.
I think Barca are. She got introduced to a brilliant friend group. So when Pep brought through Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, and all of that, she got introduced to a great friend group, and she's trying to replicate that with Yamal, Gavi, Pedro. She's trying to replicate that friend group. She's been trying to replicate that friend group again, but she's lost.
I do agree. Like it's that one friend group that allowed them to go on a stupid night out. And then they're finished from there. Their reputation's finished from there. The CRB check would never be enough.
Yeah, but like she thinks she has to keep up with them because these friends, they're rich, they're successful, all of that. But what she doesn't realize is they love her for who she is. But she thinks she has to try and splash money and all. So she's gotten all these loans. She's in debt now, But now she's got a new friend group who loves her for what she is. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with the little Barca.
The little Barca.
For me to tell me.
Julius, I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
What's mad?
Fuck you, still.
Comparing football clubs to women is crazy. But we've been right now, so.
Yeah, we're right. So,
what are Leicester?
Leicester, like they were married 20 years ago, bro. No one cares about. No one's talking about them now.
It was 10 years ago, but yeah.
No, but you know what I mean. Like in the relationship sense, she was married 20 years ago. Like, no one cares now. No one cares that you're married now. Like your wedding day was time ago. Still trying to redo your vows. You know the couples that reread their vows and shit.
Yeah, they renew their vows every like 5-10 years.
Yeah. Let's just stop. Enjoy marriage.
I don't think I think Leicester is a widow.
You know what? It's a shout.
Since their owner passed, they've just been like up and down.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? It's true. It's true. It's true. Fuck, you know.
Bro, fucking no.
You're never gonna get content like this anywhere else. Can't lie. I cannot lie. Oh my days. What about Bayern Munich?
They dominate their own ends. So
Yeah.
she can put any man in her area. But you know those women that think because they're a 10 where they live, they think that means they're a 10 everywhere. No, bro. Bro, just because you're an Enfield 10 doesn't mean you're a Barcelona 10.
You're not.
I think that's what Bayern are. They're a German 10, but in Europe, listen, on a good day in Europe, maybe you're like a 9. On a normal day in Europe, you're like 6.57, which is not bad. That's actually a good thing. You're so attractive and that, but you're not a Real Madrid.
No, you're not. You're not. You're the girls that are considered 10s in your own country. But I don't think your ladies' holiday is as good as you're gonna think it is. No one wants you there. They've got options there already in their own hometown.
That's
Meanwhile, Dortmund is everyone's sloppy seconds. I think that's the easiest one you can think of. Dortmund is sloppy seconds. To this Bayern chick.
So Dortmund take the sloppy second women, or Dortmund are also the women who, the women who like she'll find a man who's a bum and she'll like try and help him get a good job, build him up, just for him to leave. That's what Dortmund do.
And then she'll try his friend. Try his friend afterwards. It's the truth, man.
Inter Milan, AC Milan, they were once bad back in the day.
Yeah.
But they're just past it now. They've aged out. They can sometimes still do a thing. Inter, they've got to 2 Champions League finals in the past 4 or 5 years. They can still do a thing sometimes, but on a consistent basis, you can't keep up with these young women. Let's be real, you can't.
You can't. Juventus a MILF.
Yeah, they are.
Old lady.
And again, Juve, they reached 2 Champions League finals in 3 seasons. It makes sense.
Yeah.
That's what they are, but you can't keep up.
It's facts.
Speaking of sloppy seconds, Atletico Madrid do that sometimes. They take the sloppy seconds. But Atletico, they know what they are. She knows what she is. She's humble. She makes it work.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe, I'll allow that because at times I sometimes think this Atletico Madrid chick, like she takes a sloppy seconds match, like she's different from everyone else, but has the humble gimmick as well.
Like she'll take the man who is had it all, and maybe he's lost it and he's back down to earth, like a Suarez, and she'll still, or a David Villa, and she'll still be able to get a little bit of something out of him and have a good life. So it's kind of what they are.
That's fair. Have we? Wait, I think we've addressed most of the big clubs.
In Europe, have we? Just trying to think of teams that won the Champions League. What are AC Milan?
Napoli? Well, we discussed AC Milan. What about Napoli?
Or not AC Milan. Napoli are. She's having a great run. The last few years, she's having a great run.
Yeah.
Where she's finally blossomed into, these late bloomers. She's finally blossomed, guys are starting to notice her. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's what she is. Ajax. What are? Oh my God, Hamburg.
Ajax is the girl that she smokes cigarettes with the lads.
She
She
smokes.
looked
She
like
smokes something with that. Ajax is her boyfriend's a dealer.
yeah. Boyfriend's a dealer. She smokes cigarettes with the lads. But when the guy's like, I'm gonna go on a smoking break, she joins him.
And that's everyone.
Yeah, that is everyone.
Yeah, crazy. Hey, well, okay. Maybe we can end on this because we speak about this club a lot. What is Millwall? Actually, and also what's Palace?
Palace is like you was underrated back in the day, but you're finally showing your glow up. You're finally showing what you're capable of with your new glow up. So I think you got a new hairstyle and you look alright now. You got potential. Just don't listen, Leicester. I hope your next CRB check doesn't go wayward. That's what Palace are. With
You're
Millwall,
saying that now we notice you. We've got to do a background check just to make sure.
yeah. Next time, like we see you in a relationship, we gotta make sure. With Bill, don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. Need I say any more? Women are always getting into fights with other women at clubs in functions, bruv, and always getting beaten up. They're always saying when men get into fights, that's my man, but are you gonna do anything about it? No, bruv. But I think we've addressed everyone that we need to address. And it's been a great stream. It's been a great stream. Prime. Sarcasm CTV clips in the title. Got any clips coming up?
I think we're gonna start posting again the next few days because I've got clips and stuff up, so it's just on the floors. Bro, fucking hell. This from talking about party to comparing clubs to women is crazy. This shows. Oh, speaking of this show, I actually probably should have said this at the start of the show. Yeah. Guys, we're trying to figure out a name for the show. We don't have one. Yeah. We were thinking of a name. I thought about calling it Heritage because we slander Arsenal for portions of this. But if anyone has a name, Heritage. Yeah, like if anyone has a name for the show, DM Mikez, DM me, or actually maybe even next week. Well, I'll ask as soon as we start the stream in the chat.
Yeah.
So we can actually talk about it and brainstorm. But yeah, we're trying to think of a name. Is Charlie in the chat? No, he's still gone. Good.
No, he's in the chat.
Foreigners is crazy. Of course, you would say that. Melon, don't support Millwall.
I think he supports the right club. But listen, people, we'll have we'll have a name for the show soon. It's been a great show. We're gonna redirect to Jay and Elijah. They're reacting to tomorrow's teachers, I think. So they're just doing a reaction in general, and I think it's called "Is This Generation Beyond Saving?" So go and say Mike's raid in the chat.
Yeah, they're reacting to like kids doing a test to check if they're racist or not.
Yeah, so go and check this. Go and check the stream out. Go and say Mike's raid in the chat, and yeah, we'll catch you guys in a bit. Take care and peace.